Connor, what's good, brother? Is yet again another time and time again we are here, episode 15, I believe.
Beau, what is up? Yeah, it is kind of an episode 15, kind of an episode. I don't even know what number we're on anymore. Maybe it's 15, maybe it's 27. Who knows?
It's hard to say because I always announce them in wingdings. I'll tell you what, brother, we
Yeah,
are living
squares,
live.
circles,
We are here
hieroglyphs,
on
yeah.
the hieroglyphs, brother, the Amenephis and Ra. Let me tell you, we have Sebek's blessing today. We are both live on twitch.tv, respectively. As always,
Yeah.
yet again, here we are.
Somehow
recording
we
live.
made it. Somehow we made it.
15 episodes. Did you know 15 episodes? That's a little over 1/8 of 100.
And you
But
know
it's
what?
not quite
What
1/7.
it's also over. You know what
What's
it's
up?
also over?
Huh.
That weird other podcast that fucking gave up 10
Fuck
episodes in.
'em,
Fucking
stupid,
losers.
lol, we're the real bit, dumbass bitch.
Dumbass bitches.
Actually, our sponsors won't like that. Our sponsors won't like that. We should not sponsor.
True. This podcast sponsored by Leafy Green, AG Greens, AG1 or AG1 Greens, something. Microgreens.
That's true.
Little
Microgreens.
salads.
Do you know? Are you familiar with what a microgreen is?
Like
We were talking about
AG1?
this on what's up?
Like AG1, like they just
No. Like the actual micro. That is like a green powder. That's like that's like a green.
They like say it's like
formula.
hyper. It's like hyper good for you, but it's just like a bunch of basil fucking ground up.
Basically,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So the thing
Do
I'm
I know
talking
what
about.
a microgreen is? Yeah, like
Yeah.
baby like broccoli and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So the way it works, if you're unfamiliar, for the chat that is listening right now live, and also for our homies on Spotify and other platforms, iHeartRadio and so on. If you are unfamiliar, basically broccoli starts to grow, and the plant that the broccoli is growing out of feeds it nutrients, which then you consume when you eat broccoli. It has iron and whatever else, calcium. I don't know what's in a broccoli. I don't know the recipe, but it's broccoli. But if you cut it off the plant early, it has all of the same amount of nutrients, but it hasn't grown very big yet. So they'll tell you it's healthier to eat microgreens because you can physically consume more of them. That is to say, if I have one fully grown head of broccoli, I might be full. But if I have 3 microgreen broccolis, I'll have 3 times the nutrients in the same volume of broccoli consumption.
And when someone says 3, 6, 7, 16, 15 times the detail times the nutrients, I feel a little sussed.
You should, because it's
did
bullshit.
that to me once. Yeah.
Yeah.
Notoriously 16 times the detail. It wasn't 16 times the detail.
Yeah.
If you can imagine.
I mean, you know what gives you 3 times the amount of broccoli's nutrients?
Just
eating
eat
3 whole big broccolis also.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you just do that?
You'd be less hungry, that's for sure. And it'd be cheaper because microgreens cost a fortune by comparison.
Microgreens are what I believe to be, if you have a Michelin star restaurant, you just buy them because you have money to spend.
Yes. That's right.
From what I understand, they don't taste any different. They don't really do anything. It's literally a conspiracy.
Yeah, there is no like, oh yeah, this tastes X or Y, or I can really feel the textural difference. Oh, this broccoli is so much more tender. Nope, afraid not. It is literally one of those. It's like Whole Foods. It's just there to like get money out of people who don't know better. That's it.
Unfortunately, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad how the world goes like that sometimes.
Well, yes. But there's always someone somewhere trying to get money out of somebody. You know, and that's the nature of capitalism. And that's why we endorse communism on this podcast. Isn't that? No, that's probably not it. That's probably not the one. The audio listeners, Connor is looking at me so... He's like, yo, I did not know we were going that far with this bit. Okay, well, listen.
I mean...
Hold on.
A little socialism never hurt anybody.
A little socialism, brother. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
Brother, I'm not going to get political, but also I have a lot to say about Karl Marx.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, don't worry about it. The point is,
okay.
Sometimes someone will always want someone's money. Sure. And they get it in different ways, don't they? They get it in nefarious ways sometimes.
Well, notoriously, there's like 300 million people or something, and Elon Musk has a couple $1 billion. So he could just give everyone $1 million and we'd all be happy. There'd be no
That's
problems.
right. That's right. That's right. That is the math. Yeah.
Yeah, it would just work because inflation wouldn't happen because there's just magically more money in circulation for some reason. Everything would be dirt cheap and gas would be like 50 cents.
You know what's so funny? I don't think people realize money's fake. It's made up.
Yeah.
We're killing each other over made up bullshit.
Some people's money is fake. Some are still backed by gold. Not a lot though.
No, that's fake
Not
too.
a lot.
That's
Gold
also
is fake?
Well, the monetary value of gold is fake. It's no different than any other shiny rock if you just choose.
To be fair, I would rather we all just trade in bottle caps like Fallout anyway. But yeah, I agree.
It's literally arbitrary. They could have picked granite just as
Funny,
easily
man.
as gold. It doesn't matter.
You know, marbles would be kind of tight because then you could walk around with like a marble patch and then a pouch. I mean, you could just like clink clink everywhere you went. That's kind of tight.
I'm gonna ask you this question right now, and I don't. If you can't go on this journey with me, that's fine. Did you do Pokemon marbles?
No, I had
Back when they were
I
popping?
have a big jar of marbles, real marbles. We played real marbles out here.
Okay, well they were also okay. Hold on, they were also real marbles. Pokemon marbles were
But
real
like
marbles.
I have vintage marbles.
I don't feel good saying this. I think the Pokemon ones are vintage at this point too. But
like mine were vintage when I had them as a kid and
well,
playing.
originally
them,
they were
'cause my,
vintage when
like,
you got them. Now
grandma's.
they're double
Yeah,
vintage.
they're like triple
Right.
vintage. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have some of those too. But like, you know, well, because like, yeah, of course, there's a difference between like a marble that is a Pokemon marble and a true vintage marble, in that one is 100 years old and one's like 20 years old. But
I skipped Pokemon marbles. We were more of a first generation Beyblade and Mighty Beans friend group.
Mighty
household.
Beans.
Yeah, you remember Mighty Beans. Also the little it was kind of like Beyblades, but they were like little balls. Bakugans. Yeah, we had a lot of
on my
those
desk right now.
Yeah, we had a lot of those. We just throw them at each other and they'd turn into dinosaurs and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of tight.
Yeah, I don't really know how they work. I just got, you know what it was? Okay, well, at the risk of sounding like a dumb hipster bitch, I am a big fan. Oh, hey. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Hold on there, big man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, no. But, I am a fan of thrifting. I don't know if you are much of a thrifter. The nails are gone, but audio listeners, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing the things. Very demure, very cutesy. Still doing it, no nails.
Yeah, thrifter, no. But if there were things I was interested in to thrift, maybe.
Well, because I'll
what
tell
those
you,
would be.
One of my favorite things is to peruse like a Goodwill.
Sure.
Or like a Value Village, or like a mom and pop antique store.
A little Deseret Industries.
Yes. Yeah, I like finding like sometimes you'll find like old electronics that are tight. Like not necessarily video games, but sometimes video games too. And sometimes you'll find like Nerf guns, and I'm a big Nerf gun guy. Well, that's not true. Let me pause. I enjoy Nerf guns. I'm not one of those guys that collects them and has like a gun rack on their wall for Nerf guns and goes to tournaments and shit. I do think Nerf guns are cool though, conceptually.
I don't know about your area, but I know our area was hit by that reseller wave, and Goodwill caught on to it and raised all the prices to like make sure that they took margin away from the resellers. Inadvertently fucking poor people yet again. Love that. Fucking the people who really need the stuff, if you can imagine. So I don't even think Goodwill is like a good place to shop anymore if you're thrifting for real.
Well, no, but it is like the iconic one for the sake of the conversation.
Sure.
But no, I agree.
Well, like a lot of them around here have like done that, where it's like they don't even do it per person. Like if they know you're a reseller, if you're out with your phone scanning barcodes and stuff, they will. It doesn't matter who you are. The prices are just like, I'll just go to Target and buy a bunch of shit. Like, why am I here? You know, it's just kind of insane. They're what they think they're gonna sell some uranium fucking glass for. You know, like should just be $1, but now it's like fucking $30 because some dipshit on YouTube made a channel, and now it's like millions of followers, and they're trying to
Yeah.
capitalize on that, you know?
You can find some tight shirts though.
Like, do you remember when you could go in and buy a bunch of DVDs like 50 cents per? Now it's like $10, $20 because
Yeah.
dipshits are out here collecting stuff and we have to capitalize on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
People saying like, yo,
Stuff.
I went to like the local whatever, this little thrift place, and I found like Super Nintendo games for $2 a pop.
Not
Fucking
anymore.
psych, dude. Yeah, no, it was 20 years ago.
Now they're in the fucking case. Because
Yeah.
Goodwill has to have a case now with a bunch of shit in it. Like, come on, guys.
However,
That's tough.
I don't know if you knew this. I don't know if you knew this or not. There's 2 different Goodwills.
The bins and then
The
the
bins.
normal stores. Yes.
I think a lot of people don't know about the bins. I didn't know about the bins personally.
I hear you get ringworm from the bins.
Well, I'll tell you what I did.
Yeah,
I went
tell
to
me.
the bins.
Sure.
I went to the bins because
did you get a lot of
I
stuff?
heard about them. I thought they were kind of tight.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this about the bins. They charge by weight for
Yes.
all items, regardless
Yes.
of what the item is.
Mhm.
So I got like 40 Beyblades and a Bakugan and a couple of T-shirts for like $2.
For nothing. Yeah.
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 And it's like, dog, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's why if you're a reseller of like eBay or you do like Amazon reselling stuff, just go to the bins and maybe if someone's abuela hasn't like taken everything good, you can make some money.
I will tell you what. There were some things that I saw there that like even if I would have bought them normally, I wouldn't buy them there.
Yeah, there's like underwear, there's like
I was gonna
t-shirts.
say boxers.
Yeah.
I would never.
Yeah.
They could never be
Terrible.
clean enough. There's no amount of cleaning in the world that could ever clean secondhand Goodwill bin boxers enough for me to want them on my skin.
They're not like people aren't supposed to donate, used undergarment like socks. You're not supposed to donate socks. You're not supposed
some
to
bras
donate
in there.
bras,
Saw
panties,
some tidy whities. Yeah,
yeah. You're not supposed to donate any of that stuff, but
I
it just
saw a
ends up
G-string
there.
in there.
Tough.
Imagine getting a Goodwill bins G-string.
And it's not even a woman's G-string, probably either.
Probably
That's the sad
not.
part.
Probably not.
Tough. Yeah, no, there's a lot of interesting stuff at the Goodwill. Yeah, I will say probably the stuff I'm interested in wouldn't be found in a bins, maybe. But it's interesting to me because before I came back to streaming, I had an idea to be a reseller. I was gonna get into the reselling game.
Oh my god! But you have so much vitriol for resellers.
I do, but it makes money if you can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Well, hey, if you can be the bane of people's existence, but also make some money. But when it's so you have in certain situations like that, you have to get in before the market's saturated. You have to get in before it's reached max like peak elevation, peak people doing it and wanting to do it, and everyone and their mom wanting to do it. And so I was getting in too late. Instead of investing in a bunch of stuff and failing miserably because I got in too late, I was like, we'll just start streaming again. That's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought about it, but like, here's the thing. I do like going to like like a good yard sale. I do like going to a good
love a yard
estate sale. You know what I mean? I do
love
like
a yard sale.
I still I love rummaging through dead people's stuff. Don't get me wrong. However,
brother, same.
But unfortunately, when you live in a city like this, everyone's doing it, and so like you have 4 million people. There's probably 500,000 motherfuckers trying to do the same thing you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
And then you have people who have these companies, these like gaming companies. So you can't even like be a game reseller anymore because people now have like every market's been cornered where like you can't get into it. It's hard, like it's impossible because everything's been picked through. Everything has been hyper inflated. Everything is just insane.
Yeah.
It's almost like Pokemon cards now. I told you a story about people fighting at Kroger. Like, it's insane. People are killing each other over card packs.
Yeah. Well,
It's
has we
crazy.
ever lived in a time where it's
No,
not
we
the most
haven't.
iconic human thing to do to kill someone over some physical bullshit?
Well, no, because notoriously, if you remember PS2, that was insane. People could not find them. People, if you look back on news reporting about PS2s, the news was like, "Hey, don't die."
Yeah. Yeah. They're
You
like, hey,
know,
don't go out Black Friday. You will get trampled.
if you were lucky enough to get a PlayStation 2 on Christmas, thanks mom, I love you. It was tough.
Same. Same. Yeah.
Yeah. And I, later found out my mom is more of a do it last minute type girly. So she so the fact she was even able to find one is quite impossible for me to even imagine looking back on like you ever
It's kind
look
of
back
tight.
on just events where you were a kid, you didn't really know the lore behind it, and you look back and you're like, oh God, it was
Yeah.
like this? Yeah.
Brother, I had a lot of Power Rangers toys, and looking back at like news articles and stuff and like
Yeah.
news clips about like and like like hearing stories my mom would tell like, oh yeah, they were sold out and I had to go to like 18 places and go out of state. And I'm like, what the fuck? You could have just said sorry, couldn't find it. It's
I
fine.
will be living in peak man-child level of like I made it whenever I have the old original Megazord and Thunderzords.
Mhm. Mhm.
It can be a re-release, whatever, as long as it's like good like it looks good, right? Good proportions, looks
Sure.
good.
Sure.
Doesn't have to be like, I'm not saying like version 1, but like, reissue, nice die-cast metal. It better be some good shit.
Well, yeah.
I want the Thunder Zords, I want the regular Zords, I want the Dragon Zord, and I want the Tiger Zord, and I want them on a shelf. That would be my
Mhm.
pinnacle I made it moment. And then original G1 Optimus Prime. I remember going to the store every year and being like, Mom, I want that guy, that Optimus Prime. And yeah, of course, this was a masterpiece line, like a
Yeah,
masterpiece figure.
right.
So it was like, at the time, $120, whatever, because it's a kid's toy, but it's not a kid's toy. It's like meant for the good, nice scaling collector, that want to
Right.
put it on a shelf.
Yeah, yeah.
Never got that. Would love that. I would die for it. If I had those things, my shelf, I could have nothing new on my shelf forever. And those things would just complete
That's
the
tight.
set. Yeah.
God, did you ever have those or like see those there was like Power Rangers action figures where like their armor was like shiny metallic plastic. It was like the chromed out armor. And like their belt buckles would flip over their heads. Yeah,
I
where they were
had,
like it was like no
yeah.
helmet and you clicked the belt buckle and it, like flipped them and like they all of a sudden they had a helmet on.
Not only do I remember my grandma bringing some home to me from a garage sale,
Yeah.
she picked up the Mastodon Megazord. So all I had, of
Just the
course,
Mastodon, not
but
the other ones.
it didn't matter. It meant so much to me. And it was just like I had one piece,
You know what's really funny about that?
Yeah.
I have the Griffin and the other one, the Griffin Unicorn. I don't have the Tiger or the Phoenix.
Love that. I love that. I also randomly also was
The
given
dragon.
the hawk, the white when they were
The
in
Falcon.
Ninja, the Falcon, yeah. I had that. No other Megazord, no other accompaniment, just that.
The Falcon was tight though.
The Falcon was tight as fuck.
The Winged Lord of the Sky.
Yeah. I think my first Megazord like I got for Christmas was probably the ironically, not unironically, I think I told you I enjoy the block ones they stack together from
The
Zeo.
Super Zeozords.
The
Yeah.
Super Zero, though, that was my first. That and Pyramidas were my first Megazords. Like I actually
That's
had
cute.
like a
Love that.
complete like version of it,
Yeah.
like
My first one was
OG.
the Ninja Zords from the movie.
Mm, yeah, I watched that movie so much. That movie
Same.
was rewound and wound up so many times it just stopped working. I think at some point.
Bruh. Oh yeah, true. I guess we should explain that. So there's like a very real chance that some homies listening to this don't know what a
Oh, true.
VHS is.
Old media used to be on VHS. So back in the day, music used to be recorded on tape, and also tape used to be the medium for movies. If you
Well,
could
I guess even
imagine.
before that, we should probably
True.
explain that we literally mean like the kind that you would use. It's well, not literally, but like very similar to the kind you would use to seal a box for shipping, like actual tape to hold things together. Tape,
Yeah.
like
And
it
if
was
you
a
could
plastic,
imagine
clear plastic on a
photos.
spool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like like if you've ever heard someone say like you know any of those like old timey like movie record, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Cut the
Because
tape.
they were because the tape was wrapped around the spool. They were
Yeah.
finished wrapping the tape literally.
And if you could imagine how they edited movies back then, they cut the tape apart and singed it into different spots
Yeah,
to then
yeah,
to basically make a cut. That's what making a cut means,
yeah.
ladies
Nowadays,
and
when you hear
gentlemen.
like jump cuts and cuts, like a
Yeah,
film cut, hey,
they
guess
did
what?
that
A
with scissors.
film cut is called a film cut because they were literally physically cutting
Yeah,
literal physical film, which was literally physically tape,
yeah.
basically.
And unlike a DVD,
Yeah,
with movies, you had to rewind them because they
yeah.
wound down to the end of the movie. Some movies that were long had multiple VHSs, like a Titanic or
True. Gone with the
um
Wind had multiple.
yeah, or if you're like an anime fan, then you had a whole shelf of a Dragon Ball Z season because it would make like a picture because there was so many different VHSs.
Yeah, the covers when you put next to each
Oh
other
god.
would.
I
Yeah.
only ever had the Trunks one and like maybe one of the Cell ones, the Future Trunks one and a couple of the Cell ones. That was also a long time ago. One of my big dreams was like, man, I wish at some point I'd have like all of them on a shelf, but then like LOL DVDs happened and streaming happened
Well,
and
yeah.
yeah.
God, and VHS boxes were big.
They were tight though. It was tight.
Yeah, well, they were. I agree with you.
You remember the Disney ones had the clamshells? They would come in the white clamshells. That was tight
I
too.
have them in my closet behind my head right now.
Yeah, I don't have
All
any
of them,
more
the full
VHS, I don't
set.
think.
Yeah.
But like back in the day, it was tight. Like you just put them on a shelf and they look cool. Like that's kind of why I like having a shelf. Really, that's kind of honestly that's where the gamer shelf I feel like came from. Was we had these multimedia shelves with like our games on it, with our CDs, with our VHSs and shit,
Oh
and
yeah.
then we just slowly got rid of all that. And we had to fill the shelf with something else. It all just got digitized or whatever.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it does go
Mm.
that way, which is so weird because like
Oh, the bright
you
orange
know,
Rugrats tapes, the fucking Good
yeah, they were
Burger.
colored different sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, like Nickelodeons were orange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, they're on
Wasn't
brand, on theme.
Ghostbusters green for the slime at one point? Am I misremembering
There
that?
was
There was
definitely a
one.
green VHS. I don't remember if it was Ghostbusters or not. I think you're probably right though.
I remember there being a green VHS, but I can't remember if it was Ghostbusters or something else. I feel like it was either like Ghostbusters or Ninja Turtles or both.
Probably Ninja Turtles.
Maybe,
That would be a green VHS if there ever was one.
yeah, maybe you're right.
Dog, I'll tell you what. Same with
Yeah.
like the Game Boy games, like Game Boy Color games. They would have like different colored plastic sometimes.
Bro, do you remember going to a video store and obviously back in the day they would get like one version of a VHS and then they would like burn that VHS to multiple different VHSs. Then you would notice it was like a copy of the actual VHS because
Yeah.
it had the tab. Because back in the day, guys, we didn't have DVRs. We could set our VHS player to record. So basically what would happen is there's a little tab on the little VHS. If you broke that tab off, you wouldn't be able to record over what you recorded. So
Right.
VHS, like Hollywood Video, Blockbuster, and like a lot of like smaller chains as well, because it wouldn't get so many copies. They would just record a bunch of these tapes. So you'd have like 20 Matrix tapes. And half of them would be not genuine Matrix tapes. They were copied Matrix tapes, and with the little thing basically the tab ripped off so that people couldn't re-record over it.
That's so funny, man.
Um,
God bless. What a time to be alive, dude.
oh, yeah.
It's weird to think about that stuff. But again, it all just comes back to like, yo, they're trying to get our money, dog.
Yeah.
They're like,
Well,
we're
even
gonna buy
back then
one
they were,
VHS and then copy it 40
yeah.
times and rent them out to people. Lamau.
I mean, did you ever lose a game? That's like $100 surcharge.
I'll tell you what, I never lost
Yeah.
a game, but my mom's such a gangster. We were playing Earthbound on the Super Nintendo. We rented from a Blockbuster, and I was having such a fun time. She was having such a fun time. We were like really enjoying it. She literally just called Blockbuster. She's like, "Yeah, I don't know where it went. Sorry, dog." She's like, "Fuck you,
Yeah.
it's not coming back."
I can't remember. I think it was like Armored Core for like the PS2. I lost it. I didn't know where the disc went. And
Oh
they're
no.
like, Hollywood Video is like, yeah, it's gonna be like $100. And we're like, what? The game definitely doesn't cost that much. My mom was like, can I just go
Yeah.
buy the game and bring you a copy of it? They're like, no, you have to pay $100. I was like,
Well,
fuck Hollywood Video. Fuck all
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
We're doing Gamefly instead. So then we had a Gamefly
Fuck it,
subscription for
Gamefly.
a
That's
little.
crazy. What a
You remember
reference.
Gamefly?
I sure do.
We at one point we had the pinnacle of GameFly and Netflix going at the same time. And back in the day, guys, no streaming on Netflix. Netflix was a DVD rental to house.
Yeah, you had to go. You had to like order the movies, and then they would send them in the mail, like
Yeah,
the real like snail mail in like an envelope, and
yeah,
then you would have to send them back in the envelope in the
brother. When
mail.
I tell you, waiting for that red envelope to come and packing them up was felt so fucking good too.
Yeah, it
You
did.
pack the
Yeah, it
disc up,
did.
you just slide in the because you had little
And a little
sleeves and you
sleeve.
put it in the thing and you just
Yeah.
rip that
Yeah.
oh my god, that felt so fucking good.
I'll tell you what. There are a lot of times where back in the day, you know what I wanted really fucking bad? And I
What
couldn't
did you want really bad?
explain why I wanted this, but I wanted it so bad. There was a very specific kind of N64 secondhand game package that like Blockbuster Video and sometimes like Game Trader would use. If you remember Game Trader, God bless, where
Game Trader.
it
I
was
don't
like a
remember that.
clear blue box with metallic blue Nintendo 64 text at the bottom of it, and you could see the game through it, but it was like blue plastic. And I wanted all of my games to be uniformly in that N64 blue bullshit plastic. It was so shiny and nice. I was like, and looking back now, it probably was just any other dumb blue plastic. But as like a
Yeah,
9-year old, I was like, ooh, is this made of
yeah.
something rare and valuable? Because it looks like it, and I don't
True.
know
A
the
little
difference.
lapis lazuli, little
Yeah.
lapis lazuli jewel case. You could just go to Walmart and buy 100 jewel cases for like $10.
Yeah.
I
God, okay.
remember.
Oh,
Go ahead.
no, please go ahead.
You talk about Game Trader or whatever. I remember Game. You remember Game Crazy?
Yeah, we had Game
Hollywood
Crazy.
Videos.
Hmm.
Kind of like.
Their
Uh,
video game exclusive little side bit.
yeah, their little side business there. I think they were trying to like battle like GameStop and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
basically trading in games is built into their fucking service. They just
Yeah.
instead of I am assuming they were like at some point I imagine they would sell old games to GameStop and some executive was like, why don't we just make one? Like we
I
can
guess
just
we
not
should
do
for a
this.
moment explain. So Hollywood Video and Blockbuster Video, they were brick and mortar locations where you would walk in and you could peruse like shelves of films and games, and like you
Yeah.
could borrow them for money and bring them back in a week.
You had
However,
a ID card with them where you give them your actual social security number and info and
yeah, they were not playing.
you would have a master account and then if you were the kid they would give you kid cards where you could go in and not have to have your mom's card
That's
and
right.
it would be
That's
like
right.
connected with the account and you could go in and rent movies and you can only rent a certain amount. It was only a certain amount because they didn't want people running off like 100 movies.
Yeah, you couldn't bring in like a grand and leave with like 4 shelves of films. It
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
you get like 2 a week or 4 a week or whatever it
Yeah.
was, and there's like a cap.
And it was a
But
hard cap for sure.
yes, yeah, they were not playing. It wasn't like, oh, you're only one over. They were like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
serious. But specifically, in particular, and this is so funny to me, what Connor's talking about, Hollywood Video, this group of establishments, they decided at one point because they were sick of like, well, I guess we should. There's so many layers of this. So
Yeah.
there used to be a place that you could go to physically called a Babbage's Electronics, and it was basically what you would think of now as a GameStop, like a physical brick and mortar GameStop. And Babbage's, I believe, got bought out by Electronic Boutique, which then became EB Games, which, as we know, is owned by GameStop now. So
Yeah.
technically, a Babbage's and a GameStop is the same thing in the most like
Yeah,
technical
EB
sense.
Games or yeah, EB Games was in the I believe the upper states, and then GameStop were
Yeah,
in the kind of like southern territories or whatever, because we had a lot of GameStops here. Maybe you would have like one EB Games in your mall or something.
Well,
Uh,
EB Games was the European branch. It was Canadian, British,
yeah,
Australian. They were the European stores, so they kind of bled
yeah,
down into like New York and
yeah.
Michigan and
But
a
they would
little
have
like the
like
border
offshoot stores
stuff.
because we had one
Yeah,
EB Games
yeah,
notoriously
yeah.
here where we would go
Right.
for some stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, they opened up the franchising option so you could buy the rights to open an EB Games
yeah,
as a privately owned franchise location. But um to combat Babbage's, which later became EB Games, which is GameStop, obviously, to combat that, Hollywood Video, on their way out before bankruptcy, or at least I believe they're long since bankrupt now. Um, I'm sure there's like one or two locations in the whole world, but generally, when that franchise died, they had a second brick and mortar location built into the first one. It was like a back room. It was like a weird second, like you could walk through Hollywood Video and open a door on the side to go into a second part of the building called Game Crazy. And they were like GameStop basically, but small and stupid. Like
yeah.
imagine a
Their
GameStop with no
whole
Funko Pops, and that is to say
yeah,
nothing on the shelves but games, and that is to say one half of a shelf. Because let's be so for real about
yeah.
Funko Pops, right? But
It was in Hollywood Videos were very small anyway. Again, it was a small brick and mortar
right,
store for yeah, almost probably the size of like a Verizon store. If you walk in, that's like next to a Kroger. That's probably also probably not being funny about it. A lot of those were probably Hollywood Videos at some point
no,
in
that's
a
like
long time ago.
unironically true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like not even a bit.
So, um,
This
so
is the bit.
yeah, a
That's
lot
not.
of yeah. So Hollywood Video was like, hey, we have this like extra space. Let's try to like use the space and also combat like GameStop being super huge. So then basically Hollywood Video was like, yo, let's make something called Game Crazy. And like Beau was saying, Game Crazy was a small little thing, really small, smaller than GameStop, but they also had maybe like one per Game Crazy. They would have a setup where there was like a PlayStation or an Xbox and they could like put the latest game on it or something. The idea was when a game was used up and not able to be like rented out anymore, they would throw that game into Game Crazy. And I'm sure Game Crazy would source games from other places as well. But instead of like giving their used games somewhere else, they would just, hey, here's our other wing, our other branch. Basically, we made money off the rental of this game. Now we can make the money off the resale of this game, and just in return make profit. Cha-ching. You know.
Yeah, basically.
The problem though with it, I think the availability of games GameStop was just better at, and also as a concept it failed because GameStop just had so many more brick and mortar stores after the rebranding and buying out of EB Games.
Yes.
Um, so at that point, Game Crazy, you might have a Hollywood Video with one near you, but they were so few and far between that it was really just like, okay, well, that's cool. It's a novel thing, but you're just gonna go to GameStop because they have a better selection.
Yeah, basically. And
Yeah,
I bought a couple of things at a Game Crazy in my time.
yeah, we did
We've
too.
perused.
Yeah,
I bought R-Type Final for the PS3 there one time.
yeah. I think I bought all my Dot Hack games from there because, of course, I was tired of renting them, and I just bought them from there because why not?
Be so for real. For your physical games that are like physical media you personally own, do you remember where you got most of them?
Most of
Or is
them
it just like, oh,
GameStop.
this thing just showed up?
No, well, okay. There's some gifts, obviously. You know, like
Well, no, that's what I mean. Do you remember the origin of those games being now your property? Not like literally what store you got them from, Beau.
yeah. I would say the majority of it would be like my mom going like, "Well, it's your birthday. You want to go to GameStop and pick some out?" Or
Cute.
like it was a trip. Or I told the story about my grandfather and I going to GameStop and he accidentally getting me I only had a Game Boy, but he accidentally got me the
Yeah.
Game Boy Advance version of the
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z game or whatever. And
Mhm.
so a lot of those memories are me going with my mom, my dad, my grandma, my grandfather, or someone to pick out a game, or going
Yeah.
my mom and Nick's mom going to like, and it was funny too. Back in the day, it's notorious and probably joked about still to this day that like when you turn a game in, you're only going to get like $1 out of it. So like you might pay 50
Yeah.
bucks for a game, but GameStop's only going to give you like $5. That's like the meme. And I
Mhm.
remember Nick liked all these niche games that he would go in, and I liked more like mainstream games. So we would go in 10 games each and like turn in a bunch of games to get new ones. He wouldn't get much for his because his were like, you know, Twisted Metal 3, something or other this, something or
Right.
other that.
Hard to
And
move, not very
they're not,
appealing for
yeah,
secondary market.
yeah, maybe like
Yeah.
20 years later, Twisted Metal is really popular because it's niche and has found like a really good secondary market. But back in the day, people didn't give a fuck about Twisted Metal that much or all these smaller franchises. So I would go in with like, you know, more, you know, like a Ratchet and Clank or a Madden, you know, and it'll move quite quicker, so you get more money for it. So I remember always him being so upset, not like crying upset, but like, you know, his
Like
mom
tilted a
being
little.
fucking like, why the fuck are we even turning in these games?
Well,
They're
you
gonna give us
shouldn't.
like
Yeah, that's kind of the
50 cents
secret.
for this shit. Yeah.
Yeah, don't.
And I remember that
Is the
being,
answer to that. Don't do it.
yeah, and I remember that always being like, because I was notoriously growing up not very I didn't have the lightest touch with my stuff either. So like my stuff would be like beaten up pretty bad, and I'm still getting like good money for it. And that was always like, I remember his mom being so fucking tilted about it. Be like, everything is such great condition, and he just gets whatever he wants. I'm like, yeah, just skill issue, I guess. GG, you know.
Kill issue. True.
But yeah, I remember, yeah, like, so trips like that would happen all the time, you know. So
Right,
yeah,
right,
I
right.
do remember. I do remember a lot of like where I got my media, where like Game Crazy, GameStop, a couple EB games, you know, a couple trips to EB games before they became
Yeah.
GameStop.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's that tight shit. I'll tell you what, man.
Rarely. Oh, good.
I feel like I'm in the same boat where I remember so vividly, like, oh, this is when I got this game, this is where I got that game. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's lost on like Steam. Like you don't have that anymore.
No, you don't
Or
have that
similar,
anymore, and that kind of
similar
sucks.
platforms.
Because I remember, like, you know, the first time I rented .hack, that was like
Right.
such a interesting. I didn't know anything about this game, but this is the first game I played where I fell in love with it. Actually, like I was so sucked into this world and ready to like save everyone in it. You know, like that's you
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah,
games that really have that impact on you. Like I liked Pokemon or whatever. I liked, you know, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro and stuff, but
Sure.
that's the first game as like a young preteen or whatever where I was like, oh, this is so interesting. Like I wish games were like this in real life, not knowing that like EverQuest exists, all these other MMOs actually exist.
Right.
And then,
yeah.
you know, thinking like, oh, this is such a crazy concept. This has never been done before. It's so crazy. In the year 2020, you know, like it wasn't even far off.
True.
The future that is set in .hack isn't 3000, you know, whatever. It's like 2001, like
Yeah,
20
yeah.
2010, where the internet crash took place. Like 2010 is not crazy, guys. It's insane.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, 2000 used to be a mystical time. It was like, ooh, big
It
number.
was a mystical time. I
It's the
remember
big mystical special
people
number.
literally said by 2020 we're gonna be flying in cars and there's gonna be all
Well-
this crazy shit, and now we're just all depressed and poor.
That's the secret. Our grandpas were told we have flying cars in 1975, and they were depressed
Yeah.
and poor. We're all just depressed and poor. That's the whole thing. That's the
That's
game.
insane.
That's the whole game.
Isn't it
is just
funny?
We're depressed and poor.
Isn't it funny how that cycle takes place, but then it gets more dystopian just a little bit by little bit? Because like we don't have flying cars, but we have like AI that like has killed thousands of millions of jobs.
Well, it's interesting you say that. We do have flying
know?
cars.
Well, I guess, yeah, you know,
They're just really expensive.
yeah, really
have you seen that
expensive.
shit? It's like got like the folding wings. Like you can just take off on the highway. Like you just like fly. But it only
Oh, we're
goes like
talking about that
25 miles.
one-
That's out of gas.
That one Chinese company or something.
American,
like no
I
bid,
think.
they do have like a.
American, I believe.
I think the Chinese have something similar, but it's not a takeoff one. It's like a what do they call it? The planes that like have the fucking engines that like tilt down and they like you go up, then they move and you like kind
Like
of
a
shoot forward.
hovercraft,
Yeah,
but
it's like a
not.
hover car or some shit. Yeah. I think
That's
the
really
Chinese are
funny.
working on something like that. Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah. Or like a jet. There's also like a couple jetpacks
Yeah,
that
Omni-jets,
like,
that's what they're called.
yeah,
Omni-jets.
insane.
Yeah.
Um,
No, the thing I'm talking about is like it's like a car, but the
mm,
doors have a component that folds out and becomes wings.
oh, interesting.
And then it takes off. And then when you land, it just folds back into a car.
Yeah, then you have people like David Hasselhoff where your house is just built on a runway and you have like planes in your hangar as like a LOL. This is my
Is that
garage and it's
true?
just like a Boeing 747.
Did you
Yeah,
make that
like
up? Is that a meme?
I think David Hasselhoff, it's either David Hasselhoff or another like super hyper rich guy. Hold on one second.
No offense to Mr. Hasselhoff, I would not have thought of him as being in the realm of another super famous, maybe. Ooh, I'll try again. Another super mega famous, mega rich guy. I just hit a bunch of syllables. I was having a stroke for a minute.
I'm so sorry.
I truly did hit you with a. That was crazy. I wish Babe was here to hear me say that because she would have been giggling. That one was pretty good.
Oh,
She's a big fan
not
of
David
those.
Hasselhoff. Also, but David Hasselhoff, like adjacent. John Travolta is an actor who owns a home with a private airport directly connected to it. He is
Wow.
a pilot as well. So, like, for Mr. John, he just like, yeah, well, let's take the Cessna out. Let's take this 47 out.
That's
Instead of the car, he just has
fucking
fucking jets. You know what I mean?
crazy.
Yeah.
I guess he has enough money. Why not?
Yeah, there's another actor who like flies, but he's been told he's like not allowed to because he's old. But also
John
the
Denver,
no, someone else who played Indiana Jones. That guy,
Harrison Ford.
Harris. Yeah, they told Harrison Ford like, no, you can't do this.
That's
One, you're like
even funnier.
almost killing people, and then like we need you, and we can't have you dying.
Mm.
We're worried that you're gonna like fucking boom.
I'll tell you what.
know.
Someone is gonna hear that John Denver thing, and they're like not gonna really think too much of it. And
Yeah, I
someone
didn't
else is
know.
gonna hear it, and they're gonna be like, "Oh no, he shouldn't have said that."
That went over my head. I don't know what the John Denver
Famously,
thing
he
is.
died in a plane crash, but he died in a plane
Oh,
crash where he enjoyed those little personal like the gimmick planes, like the one man planes. Did
I see.
not pan out for him.
The enjoyment.
He was like, "Yo,
Well,
this is tight all the way into the ground," and then it was not so tight anymore.
Well, I guess for him it was still pretty tight. For everyone else,
Oh,
probably not.
probably.
Yeah, like going out with doing something you love, I guess.
You know, that's true. He had a successful career, and he ended doing a thing that he thought was really sick.
Yeah,
Like,
because
you'd
like
prefer to not die, but like,
if you're dying doing something you love, that's different than like, I'm in a helicopter crash and I'm dead, but I didn't really want to be there. It just happens to be the most fast. It's the fastest way to travel at this point in time because LA sucks.
rip Kobe.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Or like, if you're Travis Barker, you don't want to be on a plane, but you kind of have to. And then
Travis Barker. Travis
drummer at Blink
Barker.
182, he was in
Oh,
the plane
yeah.
crash with DJ AM and a bunch of other people who died.
Yeah.
He's the only living survivor from that crash because the other
He lived.
DJ AM, yeah, the other guy, Sewer Slide, if you know what I mean. Rest in peace.
Sure.
But he notoriously like 90% of his body had to be like regrafted because jet fuel just kind of continues to burn and doesn't stop,
It is good at that, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
the one thing it does.
apparently when he was trying to escape, from what he recalls, he jumped into a puddle of it that was like leaking out of the thing, so he wasn't on fire and then jumped out into it and then combusted essentially.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
So the
That
fact
would be
he
so
even
tough.
so like he is regarded as like a miracle because like with the amount of damage he had, they were like, you're never gonna drum again, you're never gonna like be a human, like
That's
he was
crazy.
fucked up. Yeah. And
Oh
like
my
here he is now
god.
dating a
Wow.
Kardashian.
Which one?
I think one of the sane ones. If I'm not, well, I think they're all kind of insane, but
I'm gonna say like Chloe, because that's not impressive.
I don't know which one.
Well,
But
for the
like, I
girlies
don't
that
know.
listen to this podcast, you're gonna you feel
They'll
me.
probably know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, if you're dating Chloe Kardashian, like, okay, buddy,
But
sure.
you know, you thinking about it, we kind of live in a crazy world where this timeline's fucking terrible, but also kind of insane. Blink 182's back together. The original 3 Days Grace lineup's back together. Um, Breaking Benjamin still makes music somehow. Disturbed still makes music somehow. Um, there's just a lot of things that we thought were never gonna happen as like little kind of like rock heads, you know.
Yeah, well, when David Draymond went and did Device, I thought he was done with Disturbed, and then here we are.
True. And turns out you can just go make a little side project and be crazy. And
Yeah.
you thought you were gonna throw me off with the Device thing. I have it on my playlist. It's fine. I know what you're talking about. I like
I
some
just
of their
wanted to sound
songs.
like a music guy for a minute, and that's one thing I know that might be like vaguely obscure.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I used the guy's name of like his second band and his like the guy's name, and that's
yeah.
I feel one cut above being a normie, but certainly
It
not
is
in the
one
realm of
cut
a
of the
music guy. But
people
I'm
don't
just
know.
slightly above, and that's kind of fucking tight. Because now
That's
I
right.
get to look like I know what I'm talking about, but the reality is that I'm not a music guy and I don't know shit about anything. So
Don't know shit about shit.
I don't know
Yeah.
nothing about nothing about nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Just a lot of music things happening that like didn't ever think would happen, and then we have a lot of
Yeah.
other terrible shit happening. But hey, at least some of the music stuff sounds cool, you know.
True.
Lead singer of Avenged Sevenfold shouldn't even be singing right now. They told him he probably had like a 60-40 chance of not being able to sing anymore. Bam, out here, it has a bigger range than he did before the surgery. So
Wow, that's
yeah,
not the outcome I would have expected. Really cleaned out the
yeah,
old pipes. It's crazy.
yeah. Well, singers notoriously can get nodules on
I know
on
the
their
nodules.
pipes.
I saw
Yeah,
Pitch Perfect. Yeah.
so he had to he blew out his voice. So Avenged Sevenfold and I have a really funny history because I've seen them many times, but I've also um I was slated to see them more times and had that canceled than I've seen them.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's a point in time where Chicago has something called the Open Air Festival, and the open air guys were trying to bring that concept to Houston. And they notoriously brought that to Houston during the hurricane season, and we had a
That seems
hurricane
like a
come through.
mistake.
It was a mistake, yeah. So Avenged Sevenfold was supposed to headline the first open air, and we notoriously got hit by a hurricane that year, like a week before the show, and the organizers canceled it because you usually just cancel stuff whenever, like, if a city gets hit, you're not gonna like be like, okay, guys, time to see a show, like in solidarity. And because those kinds of shows are open air, is literally in a like racetrack parking lot, or like a grassy area where you're just not going to get just clearance for that anytime. Like they had a
Right.
slot for it, and you know
Yeah.
there's other events going on, so you can't just move
Yes.
stuff around. Um, so they're like, guys, it's fine. We're gonna come back at year 2. We're gonna kill it. So open air 2 comes, Avenged Sevenfold headlining. And then we got hit by, I believe, another hurricane and like a freak flood. Like the city was fucked. And then Sevenfold was like, yo, we're going to play a secret show since like open air's canceled. We're going. And again, they open air did this in hurricane season, mid hurricane season. You would think they'd learn the first time. So Avenged Sevenfold does a secret show down at the White Oak, which is one of the, like, if you're a smaller band, you play there. And they were able to like get some gear over there and play the show. And my buddy and I stood outside of the White Oak and got so close to being able to get
Really?
in. And it was at capacity. We didn't end up getting
Oh,
in.
that sucks.
Yeah, but it was this big, like, it was crazy to be a part of, because it was this big event, and all of us were trying to like run around the city trying to figure out where they were going to be. It was like a crazy thing to be a part of, but also sucks. And then, if you could imagine, the year after that, they were touring with Metallica. Metallica was
Okay.
doing a huge world tour, and so Avenged Sevenfold was also doing a world tour, but they were playing other shows with Metallica. So I got to see them at the Metallica show, supporting Metallica. And then I was supposed to see them for the world tour, the stage world tour, and then he blew out his voice, and that was a couple years before COVID.
That's crazy.
That's when he had to like stop. They had to like cut all the tours.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
had to
yeah,
do
yeah.
vocal surgery, and they were like, "You might not sing again, brother."
God
LOL.
damn. That's so tough, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I have never been like a concert guy. I know Babe is. Uh she's a little concert girly for sure.
Yeah.
But like we've talked about how like I'm not like a I don't know how to say this exactly because it sounds insane when I say it out loud. I'm not like a
Sure.
music guy.
Well, there are people like you, sure.
Yeah, like I'll listen to music.
Mhm.
That's fine. And I know artists.
Yeah.
However, like the technical aspect of music is a bit lost on me from like a
Mhm.
producing and recording perspective. And also like I can't I'm not that guy who's like, "Whoa, I need to see them live immediately. I can't wait to go to this concert." I can't be that guy.
Well,
Uh
not a lot of people are. I don't think concerts for everyone, but I think there is
yeah,
I think if you like an artist as much as like I don't know who you would say your favorite artist is, but like
sure. Ah man,
um,
my if I had to like toss a name at his favorite artist, maybe like uh formerly kid leader of SNSD/Girls' Generation K-pop idol Kim Taeyeon.
sure. Uh
Okay, don't say hey.
it is. So I'm just
I
I
know
just
it's and then this happens where it's like I don't know shit about music and then someone's like they'll ask me about a thing and I drop a deep cut, they have no idea what the fuck I'm talking
well,
about.
no, no, that's fine. It doesn't matter who you like.
Yeah,
Seeing them in a capacity to like, even if you're like super far away in the nosebleeds, even just seeing them, hearing
sure.
them, being at a concert is different than anything you'll experience because you feel like it's one thing to hear the music, right? You just hear it and it's like cool. But
Sure.
like at a concert, you feel it.
Yeah, I've been
Like,
to a few.
yeah.
I've been to some music.
So if you like music and you resonate with something like, I resonate deeply with Avenged Sevenfold. So seeing
Yeah.
them live and this last time being in the front row and being that close to
Right.
I don't have like a parasocial thing going on or whatever, but um being that close, feeling the music and seeing them perform is something special about that, especially when they're like good live. They're not some artists, sure, backtracks and maybe they're not even singing, maybe they have like a lip sync going on, but like going to see like a real artist, real band where it's live vocals, things mess up sometimes. I personally, it's
True.
kind of like some people like watching NASCAR for like the wrecks.
Oh my god.
A fun
Well,
part of being at a concert is like a string breaks during a song, and you have to like see them quickly fix something. It's just like you and I doing a stream, and something breaks, and we have to quickly fix something, or
oh sure.
um, before the podcast, not Riverside messing up, or like being live and like the drumstick breaks, and they have to like quickly
True.
pick up a keep going. It's cool to see those things in live atmosphere happen.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I also like watching them put the stage together. It's just that's like a technical thing for me, I guess. But I just love the atmosphere of that. And then you meet so many people. Like it's kind of like streaming in that like at a concert,
Sure.
everyone's kind of just family. Like at a concert, you try to find like that middle-aged or older like drunk mom, and she's just like everyone's mom.
Sure. I am behind that.
Yeah, she's just like the concert mom. It's just like when Fred comes in, she's just the internet's mom. You just find the concert mom and you like just hang out with people,
I'll tell you,
and
I
you'll
do
probably
not have a
never
great
see.
track record with middle-aged drunk moms. Does
It's just
not work
fun.
out for
It's just
me.
fun. Like we've met so many cool people, and sometimes they'll be people you never see again. You're never gonna
Dog.
see them probably, but like that interaction you had with them is really cool. Or you see like an old friend. I've seen a lot of uh, well, I've seen a lot of old friends, and I've seen some other people that I didn't want to see, and you
Oh
just see some people.
no.
I think I can talk about this. It's been long enough. So I had bought Avenged Seven. So Avenged Sevenfold was going on tour for the new album, and I got Martin into them, my ex, and so I got us both tickets for it.
And
And
are,
I was
I do
pulling
need to
up.
double check.
Yeah,
Are we emotionally good to talk? Are we
yeah.
okay
We're
with?
good. We're good.
Okay.
I was pulling up. This was like a couple. I'm good now, but at the time I was like
Well, at the
broken up
time
about it,
now,
right?
yes, of
Yeah.
course.
So like we had just broken up, and I was telling my mom like I don't think I even want to go. Like my mom's like, you fucking love him at Sevenfold. Go have fun. Like, can you find anybody to go? And I was like, it's too late. I told people I wasn't gonna go, so I couldn't even find anybody to go with me. So I just went by myself. I had 2 tickets. Fuck it, I just went by myself. And it was so
Sure.
funny. I'm pulling into the parking garage, and if you could imagine, right, 4 million people in
No.
Houston, 4 million people in this
No.
fucking city, and I haven't asked him. Like we talk kind of like every now and then if I need to like kind of give information to him or something. I
Sure.
haven't asked, but we made eye contact. He obviously knows what car I drive. We made eye contact through the windshield. We locked eyes. And I wonder, I want to ask him, like, what were you thinking when you saw me just pulling up to the concert and you're walking out of the parking garage and I'm literally driving in? If
That's
you could
so
imagine
tough.
how much has to go right for this meet to happen.
Well,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
the steps.
Yeah.
Cosmically speaking, the steps, the increments.
Yes. Yeah. For whatever reason, who fucking knows? You know? How,
Yeah.
why? Like, when they say like things happen for a reason, what was that reason? You know what
Mm.
I'm saying?
Oh
What
yeah.
was that reason? So yeah, so like that happened, but then like, something later on in the night, this chick was trying to like sneak in or whatever and like sneak the seat next to me. And she's like, I have the ticket for the seat. And I'm like, well, actually, I have the ticket to this seat, but you can just sit here anyway. And she's like, oh, you're tight for that. I was like, no problem.
That's big.
Yeah. I was just like, you don't have to lie to me. I actually own that seat. And then she's like, where's the person that's supposed to be here? I'm like, oh, it's my ex. And then she's like, fuck them for real. I'm like, girl, right.
True.
So I'm saying at concerts, you kind of just meet the right people. You meet the people you need to meet,
Interesting.
It kind of just happens like that. Yeah.
It sounds like it's the opposite of a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, where you frequently meet the opposite of who you need to meet.
Sure, you don't want to be there after
Yeah.
a certain point. You meet people you don't want to ever meet again. In concerts, I feel like you meet people, you're like, oh, you're probably a good, funny person to hang out with.
Yeah, I've met definitely in Yu-Gi-Oh some
Yeah.
people who are like, oh, I will like this person forever. Even if we don't talk, I'll keep liking this person. And I've definitely met some motherfuckers where I was like, brother, I know you would suck the chrome off a bumper just to get over like $2 on a 10-year-old. There is no fucking way. You're
Sure.
immorally and mentally bankrupt. Fuck yourself. Like, I've met so many
at
weirdos.
concerts, you do meet a lot of you have a lot of crazy things happen. Like, the couple in front of you starts fighting and she hits him and he takes her car keys and throws them across the venue. Shit like that.
That's reasonable. She shouldn't be driving.
Yeah. Right.
She's had a couple of drinks. He's saving her life.
At a Korn concert, not only was there an adult mosh pit, but then the kids of the people moshing made a child mosh pit as well.
That's
kind of insane. Kind of insane, but like rock concert shit happens. It's kind of tight though, like, so, like shit happens. It's kind of cool. Other non-cool stuff happens. People, get drunk, whatever, but
I'm imagining what that is in my mind of like a mosh pit forming of all these little children just like doing like the circle run, bouncing into each other, like knocking it around. And I'm thinking to myself, this sounds like a playground, but like if a playground was a derby, you know what I mean? That's crazy.
Yeah, no, for real. Like we're on the dirt. Well, we're in the grass area, and obviously there's for rock concerts they don't, because like in amphitheaters they have the grass where like a fucking David Bowie or like fucking Jimmy Buffett's playing. They'll bring out the lawn chairs or whatever.
Buffett. True.
Or hamburger in paradise or cheeseburger in paradise or whatever the fuck he sings. But like they'll bring out like the seats and shit or whatever. There's no lawn seats out here. You're standing and you're sweating and people are moshing. So and it had just rained, so people are not moshing, but they're sliding. They're
Oh
like sliding.
no.
So then you see like a pit opens up here, the child pit's going, and then you see the fucking whole thing open up, and then you have people just sliding down the mud. So then you have like the mud slide, you have a pit over here, you have the child pit. It's kind of insane. It's kind of shit's going bonkers for real, for real.
That
But
does
that's
sound
like
like it's an adventure for sure.
that's like early 2000s corn concert, you know? That's kind of tight.
You know what's crazy is that like
Yeah.
I am so terminally online that I'm real, and we had just referenced the term sewer slide recently, that I was
Yeah.
in a headspace to understand corn as like a censor bypass of porn, not the band KOR backwards art Ken.
Oh, I'm so
KOR
sorry.
backwards art N.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
literally, when you said a corn concert, I was like,
Oh, I'm so
who?
sorry. No,
But
Freak on a
then,
Leash. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, but now I
Yeah.
did pick it together. I mean, I got there,
Yeah.
but like for a minute, I
Sure.
was like, I can't believe homie's going to porn concerts. I don't know what that entails. And
No,
then,
yeah, that
and then
is.
like I had to, oh,
Don't you think it's
right.
also kind of fucking dumb we can't just say the word? Like, okay, corn, using corn as a euphemism for this other thing is good. Just say the thing. Why can't we just say the thing anymore?
Well, even back in the day, it was prawn with a 0.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
let's
know,
just call it what it is. Porn.
true.
PORN.
OGRAFYPHY. Yeah, old pornography.
GIF.
TGIF, baby. Hey,
A
and
GIF.
aren't we TGIF? It's podcast day. Am I right?
It is, yeah.
We got there. That would a fun little what that
All
one
right,
intro we just
guys.
had.
The intro is done.
He nailed it. Episode 15. Out
Fuck
with
yeah,
the show, in with the show. Both in and out, just like breathing, baby.
I recently had someone say, I don't understand what's happening. And I was like, neither do we.
In what on the pod?
Yeah, they're like, so like, how do I listen to it? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, usually when I listen to like a show or like a podcast, it's like there's like a beginning, middle, and end. I'm like, yeah, we have that. And he's like, but it's all just, there's no, I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Well, it's
Yeah.
interesting that they have that take because
Yeah.
I feel that the end is definitely noticeable because the episode stops. And
Yeah.
the beginning is
Yeah.
pretty noticeable because before it there isn't a show happening.
Yeah, I had to explain. I had to explain. It's like, you know, when you go to IHOP at 2 a.m. and you're just hanging out with the homies, the podcast is that.
Yeah, we're the guys in the parking lot.
Yeah, exactly. We're chilling.
Yeah.
We talked out there for an hour for some reason. It's starting to drizzle, so we're getting in the car and going home.
Yeah, right.
But like,
That's right.
why were we out there for 2 hours? Because we just fucking yap for no reason. We
just
could have
be
stayed
yapping.
inside. But
Could have stayed inside. But the waitress was talking about our barefoot shoes like we were a
Yeah.
weirdo, that bitch. And I
Exactly,
still tipped her
bitch.
$20 because she said she couldn't find a babysitter and she was stressed out. Kids
What
at
does she
home
think?
alone.
What do I look like? A fucking bank? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, listen, I understand you had a hard day, but it is 4 a.m. I'm at a Sherry's. I just wanted some pie because I'm fat, all right?
Oh my god!
Like,
Did I
can
ever
you-
tell you that story? Do I look
About
like a bank
eating
story?
Sherry? Oh, no. what's
No.
up?
So a bunch of buddies and we went to like Jose, who comes in every now and then, the one that does dialysis. Before his kidney died on him, we used to go drinking a lot.
I
And
feel
we
like he
would
just
go-
made it. Okay, audio listeners, homie just said does dialysis and motioned like does heroin. Like it was like he's slapping his elbow for a
Oh,
second.
no. Well, they do go into his arm.
Well,
has a
yeah,
port in
but
his
I don't
arm.
know if that's like necessily the motion that people is.
Well, I
He said
didn't
to do a
tie
little
out a
dialysis.
fucking little and like fucking shoot up the thing. You know what I'm saying? Just like fucking
Sure.
dialysis, you know?
So homie's high on dialysis. Go on.
So before we were all broken old people, we would go drinking and then
Sure.
we'd go to Denny's afterwards. Because
Yep.
what better way to sober up a little bit is with some Denny's.
God, I love
And
Denny's.
Our buddy George, who also is the drummer of our band, he got really fucking drunk that night. Like really too drunk.
At Denny's or before
No,
Denny's?
before
Pre-Denny's.
Pre-Denny's. Our pre-Denny's drink was him getting fucking hammered. And of course, we're all being safe about driving. He wasn't driving. Someone, like, we were driving together. We were all safe, not drinking and driving. You don't do that. Don't do that.
Agreed.
Um,
Agreed.
We go to
Unless it's
Denny's.
water, stay hydrated.
Yeah, and he's like, "I gotta go to the restroom," and we're like, "Okay, yeah, go piss or whatever. We'll get a table." And then we keep seeing this table. So we're in a booth on the side of the restaurant, and then there's a table, a catty corner to us or adjacent to us, and they keep all
Okay.
looking backwards. They keep looking back towards the restroom, and we're like, "That's weird," because that's where George went. Like, what's happening? Why is everyone looking at the bathroom? Their friend came out of the bathroom and came back to their seat, and we could like overhear them talking. They're like, "Yeah, there's a dude in here punching all the stalls, punching the bathroom stalls."
Oh,
So we
sure.
send George and someone else in, and apparently he was fighting the bathroom stalls because he was sad about his ex, sad about his breakup. So
Yeah.
he was fighting his demons in there, you know. And he was drunk as fuck. So they pull him back to the table. He's finally back, and he's being like loud and obnoxious. And I get embarrassed for things like this,
Same.
but it was
Sure.
doubly embarrassing because we got our check, and he looked the waitress straight in the eye and said, "What do I fucking look like, a bank?" And he tore up his check and threw it at her. And I don't mean throw it at her, I mean fucking blew it at her. And we're all speechless. And it's even funnier. It's funnier, and I'm not embarrassed because it's actually one of Jose's friends. So it's literally someone we just met but knows Jose. And our friend is going fucking bonkers. And she's just sitting there wide-eyed going like, what the fuck is going on here?
Like a bank?
What do I look like, a fucking bank?
That's tight. Did he pay?
We made sure she got paid out and everything, yeah. But it was just like,
So funny.
it's insane.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had my fair share of Denny's adventures myself.
Yeah.
One time I had
the
a
Denny's.
waitress at a Denny's whose name was Tony, but he spelled it TOE-KNEE.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why?
That dude was so extra. That dude was like the fiercest bitch alive, but also he was like a 75-year-old dude.
Yeah.
He was
It's
just
all,
crusty old
isn't it
man, but he had like
always?
such oh my god energy.
Yeah, it's always like that, or like the young, you're like, why are you working here, gay? Or the
Well, yeah.
like grandmother who's like, I don't have fucking time for this. What do you want?
Yeah, right.
How do you want your eggs?
Yeah,
You're
and
taking
Tony
too
had
long.
that. Tony had a lot of that. He was like, "It's coffee. Do you want it or not?"
She's like,
Don't
it's
ask me no
fucking
goddamn
eggs.
questions. You want pancakes, hash browns, pick.
Scrambled or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah,
We
yeah,
don't
yeah.
need to know any other information. Scrambled or not. That's all you get to choose from.
I remember I was like, "Hey, I kind of like have a weird order. Is that chill?" He's like, "No, order fucking normal." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Tony." Like I will never forget that. I have a kind of a weird order. Nope, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
Okay,
Yeah.
chill, chill, chill. My bad, my bad, my
Too
bad.
late for weird orders.
Sorry, Tony,
Also,
my
what
bad.
was the weird order? Like, what were you trying to do?
Oh, that's such an interesting question.
Mm,
So, it's a
yeah.
fascinating question you just asked.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you're familiar.
Sure.
Sometimes you're familiar.
Mhm.
Many people out here as listeners, I mean, obviously I'm using you as like a general word, not you
Yeah.
personally, Cito.
Sure. Sure.
But
Sure.
I'm
Sure.
sure many people are familiar with the idea that when you go to an establishment, there is a list of items you could procure for money. You can exchange funds for sustenance at a restaurant.
Yeah. You can
And
do that.
you don't get to you can't ask for a watermelon at Burger King. You know what I mean? There's a list of items they own
Sure.
and they can give you for money, and there's a list of items they cannot give you. Generally speaking, it's a much larger list of things they cannot give you.
I understand
Taco
that. Yeah.
Bell has Taco Bell things, and if you didn't want a Taco Bell thing, you shouldn't fucking stayed home. Like that's
Yes,
kind of how
I
it
agree.
works. So, Denny's is a restaurant that has a menu, but their menu is kind of extensive, and I really enjoy the idea of when I am buying food, especially at a Denny's, I want to eat what I want to eat. And if they have the availability to do it, even if it's off menu, I'm going to ask. And that's not very polite of me. I shouldn't do that. It's a hassle for the kitchen, it's a hassle for the wait staff. It's not nice. However, I'm hungry. It's 4 a.m. It's Denny's. Give me the thing I want. I have money. Give me the thing I want. You know what I mean? So sometimes I just full send it. And famously, there was like back in the day, I would order like off menu at like McDonald's with the boys. I'd be like, "Hey, can I get like a McDouble and a McChicken and just like shuffle them together, just make it one sandwich for me?"
Yeah,
Type
yeah, yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Or
Mm-hmm.
like, "Hey, can I get this like the $6 bacon western whatever at Carl's Jr., but also can I get like the fucking the chicken one and just shuffle it, make it one sandwich. Can you just put all that into one
Kind of
thing?"
the same
I
way
Right.
at
Like I don't want
Italian
two
restaurants.
sandwiches to be clear.
Yeah.
I don't want two sandwiches. I want one sandwich with two sandwiches on it. I
You
don't want
know,
the extra.
you know what mine is at the Italian spot? I want a, so I do not
Yeah.
like when a restaurant, the first thing I'll ask is the chicken grilled? Does it, does it have flavor? Because
Yeah,
what
that
they
matters. That
usually
matters.
do,
That matters.
uh, chicken, fucking Alfredo, chicken Alfredo usually is done with like boiled fucking no taste chicken, you know?
It sure fucking is.
And so the first thing I ask is like, is the chicken like, will it have flavor? Is it grilled? And they usually say no. So I'll be like, can I get Alfredo with substituted Italian sausage instead of chicken?
Oh, nice. Love that.
That is my little difference.
That's a good hack. That's big.
Yeah. And they can't say no because Italian spot always has Italian sausage and it's just there. So it's not
And
like
they do have the Alfredo laying around.
yeah. And they can't just say like, we only have chicken Alfredo. Bitch, you have Alfredo. You have noodles.
Yeah, don't fucking lie.
Don't fucking lie
Yeah.
to me, bitch.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So it's usually one of those things like I can see they don't want to do it, but they do it. And it tastes good. Because
Hell yeah. Fuck with that. For
fucking
sure.
boiled chicken's garbage. Why the fuck would you ruin
It's
Alfredo
really bad.
with boiled
It's
chicken?
really, really bad.
It's no
Yeah.
flavor. No flavor at all.
Agreed. Agree completely.
And it's like fucking rubbery. It's like rubbery
Yeah, the
boiled
texture gets
chicken. Like
weird.
fuck off.
Yeah, the protein matrices and the
Yeah.
muscle tissue of the chicken get very
Yeah, I
tense
know.
and very weird under the water, and that like a lot of the moisture in the chicken like seizes out of it. It's just like
Or-
hard.
Or they'll like slice it thin, and it's like yeah, it's like thin
What?
strips of chicken. I'm like, what the fuck?
In your Alfredo?
In the Alfredo? No,
I don't
no,
know. Yeah, don't do that.
no.
Oh no.
But like, there's a really good spot down the street, like a mom pop's kind of spot, and they know. They're just like, you want the chicken? I'm like, nope. Hit me with the Italian sausage.
That's tight. That's
A
tight.
sausage Alfredo, yeah. It is the play.
Yeah, okay, big. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, when I go to Denny's, here's the thing. Denny's has a couple of items on the menu that are like pretty notable. The Grand Slam is one of them. Everyone knows
Love
the
the
Denny's Grand Slam.
Sure. Yeah.
And then they have like a classic double, just a little double cheeseburger action. I mean, it's not little; it's a double cheese, pretty good sized
Well,
double cheeseburger.
notoriously, I like the Grand Slam Witch.
Well, it's funny you were about to say that. It's so funny you're about to say that.
Yeah.
I ask for a Grand Slam in the double burger. Just make me a double cheeseburger and put a Grand Slam, whatever, the whole thing. Put that on the double. Just the whole thing. Don't leave anything out. I want the whole goddamn thing, whole Grand Slam. Put that shit in my double cheeseburger. And I'm not playing it. I fuck around with that. I fuck with that heavy. And
All right.
yeah. And oh my god, have you ever had? Oh my god, you know what fucking side order goes insane
I'm a
style?
simple man. The whatever bacon, cheese, egg, and or sausage wrapped up in a
Yeah.
fucking sandwich
Yeah.
vibe,
Yeah,
and double order of hash browns.
I fuck with
That's
double
it.
hash browns. I like that. I like that. I
Double
like that. I like that.
one order hash browns not enough. It usually is never enough. And so
Yeah, that's
double
tight.
order hash is the vibe. That's the way to go, in my opinion.
You know what goes crazy?
Hmm.
If you order a vanilla milkshake at a Denny's, just a vanilla milkshake, but ask for like 3 sides of bacon to be like blended up and just put it in the ice cream. That shit goes crazy.
Well, that was today's episode, guys. Have a good
Audio
one.
listeners, you are getting an insane. You are missing the fact that I'm getting an insane look right now from Connor. It's good.
Can you just eat something normal? I struggle.
What do you mean? Can you elaborate on eat something normal? What does eating normal mean? Eating common? What am I, a pauper? We're in fucking America, dude. Wake up.
I feel like you have to
Uh-huh.
be. I
Yeah.
feel like. Remember when we talked? It was a couple episodes ago. I was like, it feels like sometimes you just have to be difficult for difficult's sake.
Okay, but how am I being difficult?
Can't you just enjoy the vanilla milkshake without the bacon?
Yeah, I could, but I wanted bacon that time, so I got it.
But just eat the bacon with, like, I don't know, a sandwich, and then you have the milkshake as the milkshake.
But I wanted vanilla bacon ice cream.
That's disgusting.
What do you mean? Okay, I understand. I hear the problem. I get the problem. You're missing the context. I did put maple syrup on it. Now it makes sense, I'm sure.
Just have
You've
a
never had a
maple.
maple You've never
Have
no,
just
wait,
have
stop.
like a maple vanilla ice cream. Why do we need the bacon?
Are you telling me you've never had a maple bacon bar? Like the
No,
donut?
I don't know what that is.
It's a maple bar with a strip of bacon on it. Never.
Never in my life.
Never seen
Hand to
it?
God. I've never seen it.
Very
No.
common. Very common.
Never in my life.
That's crazy. Well, it's anyway, it's a pretty normal thing. And I was trying to replicate a maple bacon bar in this
You
instance.
saying it's a very normal thing, it makes me
Yeah.
believe the exact opposite, if you could imagine.
Okay. You can Google it right now. Google maple bacon bar. I would encourage you. Please, you'll find 1,000 of them. To be like, oh, wow, this is everywhere. This is unavoidable. I know. Audio listeners, he's doing it right now. I know.
I can confirm I've never seen this in my life. And every Sunday we'll go to a not recently, but would go to a donut shop for kolaches. So they have pastry there, and
Sure.
yeah, there's no.
I'm an apple fritter guy. I like apple fritters a lot.
It seems like it's a Twinkie with bacon on top. I keep seeing that it's cream filled.
Like, it's a maple bar. It's like a.
I don't know
it's
what
like
a maple bar.
It's like
I see it. I see it, but I don't.
It's an old-fashioned
understand.
donut, but in the shape of an eclair.
And it's filled, cream filled.
I guess those exist, not always.
Well, the pictures I'm seeing have them cream filled.
There are definitely cream filled ones, yeah, for sure.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's like a cream filled donut. It's like a melt in your mouth, yum yum donut.
Well, I will say a savory sweet thing doesn't not work. I do know it works. I have never heard of a maple bar. That is news to me. But I do know, like, candied bacon obviously exists.
Candied bacon exists. That's right.
Yeah.
Famously, brown sugar on your bacon. You just cook in the oven.
Yeah, just like with ice cream though, just seems a bit much.
Well, here's the thing. Again, I understand. It's context you might not have had. Denny is offered, and you can Google this also if you like, on menu, a maple bacon milkshake. It's a menu item.
Sure.
But the version of it that they do is shit. Because they try to make it taste like bacon and maple by using maple extract and liquid smoke. It doesn't have real maple syrup and real bacon in it. So it tastes like if you held like it tastes like a sickening fake vanilla that was held next to a campfire. It's not.
Isn't it funny how these chain restaurants will try anything they can to save? Well, what does that save them? Probably $1. You could have people would have just bought the milkshake for $1 more, and if it had real ingredients in it, it would taste better.
If I'm spending $11 on a fucking maple bacon milkshake, I'd spend $12.
This happens all the time. This happens so often. Like Chili's was doing this for the longest time with what was it? It was something I used to love getting, and then recently I went and I was like, what the fuck is this? Oh, it was chicken. Chili's used to have these chicken crispers, and they were battered in a like a beer batter, like a batter that like Chinese food uses. What's the term?
Well, Japanese uses tempura, which is similar, but I just mean deep
tempura
fried.
batter.
I know the. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like tempura batter fried, and it was like airy and crispy and good. And then they were like, we don't use this batter for anything else. So we're just gonna make regular batter fried chicken crispers and call it like new crispers. And to save money, they
Um,
got rid of the tempura batter and then have this shittier, soggier piece of shittier
yeah,
batter. And
yeah.
it's just like you're going to Hertz chicken and getting it like when it's been sitting there for 7 hours and it's all like soggy and nasty. It's just sitting
Ugh.
under the lamp. That's what it tastes like.
Yeah, don't like that. That's not
Yeah.
it. We
Fucking
dislike that.
garbage.
I'll tell you what, man. It's like it's one of those things where, like, hear me out, bro. And like, I don't know if there's an eagle screech or not, but like, I live in fucking America, guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We
true.
produce enough food that we could feed the entire world 72 times a day.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm sat here like, brother, I'm
And
living life. I'm free. I got the flag waving. If I want a goddamn bacon strips in my milkshake, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just eating.
well, it's just funny that they would not like obviously they're gonna sell a maple bar um milkshake, but then not add any of the ingredients from the
Well,
actual thing.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So that's why I started going the other way, where I just get a vanilla milkshake and put maple syrup and bacon in it, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden it's like the same thing that they're, but it's like nicer though. You know what I
Yeah, it's
mean?
like when you go to Starbucks and they run out of the caramel
Oh,
sauce. They
bro, it's
they
all
will
anyone ever
just
asks for. How do you not have more?
yeah. If they run out, they'll just put extra pumps of caramel, their caramel extract in the thing instead. And
Yeah,
they're like, "We gave you extra caramel, Lamau," and it's like it doesn't taste like it because it's
yeah, they're
just
using the syrup. I
caramel
want the
syrup.
sauce.
I
Fuck
want the
that.
fucking sauce, you dumb bitch.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I mean?
agree,
Yeah.
brother.
And
I
then
have
they're like,
literally
"Oh, you know,
specified forever 4
yeah,
pumps of caramel, the sauce, not the syrup. Like, you
yeah,
gotta tell them. And if they're like,
yeah,
well, that's not an option, be like, well, that's your problem. Figure it out. I'm
yeah."
here
Figure
with
it out, you dumb
$8. I'm the
bitch.
goddamn sugar bomb. All right.
Exactly. Yeah. And I want a
Like,
sugar bomb with 2 shots of espresso, and I want to be fucking caked out of my mind.
that's
I want
what
to be
I'm
fucking
saying,
zooted.
guy. That's what I am fucking saying.
And if
And I
you're not
don't want
gonna
none of
give
that
me,
bullshit where they drizzle it in the cup and it's hard to get it all. And it's wasted on the fuck.
oh my
Just put it in
fucking
the
god,
goddamn drink, dude.
brother. The
Skip the
last
drizz.
couple times I've gone, it's almost like these guys own the fucking restaurant. I'm like, I said extra caramel drizzle, and you fucking hit me with like a couple side drizzles. You
Oh my
stupid
god, I
bitches.
know. Like they're gonna
Who
get
are
employee of the
you?
month for saving half
Who
a
the fuck?
pump of caramel
Yeah.
syrup.
Like, first of all, who fucking cares if you make Starbucks spend a couple more dollars on more caramel sauce, you dumb bitches? You know what I mean?
Dude.
Fucking, I'm a
Dude.
customer. Make me happy. Hello?
Brother, I
Hello?
agree. And well, not just that, right? But can I just say this? If you're an employee at a Starbucks, you should be the first person screaming fuck Starbucks.
Brother, I know everyone's going to be like shit food. I went to McDonald's the other day and
Sure.
the dude handed me my food and the
I like
fries
McDonald's.
fell out in the bag and I was like, hey, the fries fell out in the bag. Can I get a new one? He's like, yeah, I don't care. And he
Wait,
like
what do you
went
mean?
to go get me a new fry. Well, this dipshit put the fries in sideways. So then I tried to, but sideways in
But like the
the
fries were in the food bag, they're not like on the floor.
no, they're in the bag, but you know how McDonald's has the cardboard thing and they put the fries in. He put the fries on the side, but the side where they all fall out and not
Oh,
the
sure.
like back side where they stay in.
And you asked
So I
for a
went to
new.
I was like, hey bro, like the fries fell out in the bag. Can I get like another large fry? And he looked at me, he's like, I don't care, sure. And he like went to go just give me another fry. I was just like asking. So I just
So you
got
just
extra
got
fries.
double. To be clear, you ate the ones from the bag.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. That's
Yeah.
okay. So
I was
like this
asking
man
just because
was
I wanted more, and he works at fucking McDonald's. Who cares?
true. And you know what? That guy's a fucking American hero.
Yeah, who fucking?
Love that
If you
dude.
work at McDonald's, if I go to Wendy's and I want fucking one more pack of fucking sour cream for my chili, who fucking cares if you said you can only give out two?
Okay. Pause. Time out.
Who
Huddle
fucking
up.
cares, bro? Huh?
Ain't no way you're saying, can you just eat something normal to me? And you're ordering Wendy's chili.
What's
Do
on the
we need to-
menu? Look, the Wendy's chili. I'm gonna hit you with some facts, and I don't want to hear any pushback from this. This is lore. My
Uh-huh.
grandfather would take me to to Wendy's, and he would get a large chili all the way and a baked potato. I would get, of course, the Baconator. However, now,
Okay.
in solidarity for my grandfather, who's no longer here, I
Shout
feel
out,
like
rest in
I'm a
peace.
little closer to him when I'm having his favorite Wendy's meal.
Okay, that's you know what?
Is it
That's a
the
good
best
reason.
chili you're ever gonna
Okay,
have? No. Is it even chili? Probably not. It's
okay,
tomato sauce with fucking burger scraps in it. I'll say it. However, he
you're right.
liked it, and I can put fucking crackers in it and eat it and feel good about it. On
Crackers, huh?
and you know, on a cold fucking day, Wendy's chili kind of hits. You
Huh?
can't
Okay,
get fast food chili anywhere else.
okay.
And you know what?
Is
Sonic
that true?
chili tastes like fucking cans in pennies. So
Didn't
fuck
you say
Sonic.
you can't get fast food chili anywhere, and then immediately bring up a second fast food place's chili?
Not good chili. Sonic chili tastes like pennies.
Okay.
Sonic chilies taste like pennies. I'm
Yeah, because
sorry.
there's blood in it.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
It's just blood. You're
It
eating
tastes
fast
like-
food chili. Don't be picky.
It tastes like no. It doesn't taste like animal blood. It tastes like the dude who
people
made its blood.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, fuck that, dude.
Yeah, I didn't say it wasn't.
You can't get chili anywhere else from any
It's the same
establishment.
taste as when you bite your cheek and it like bleeds a little
Yeah,
bit.
no,
Yeah,
I don't want
know.
that. I don't want that.
All right, picky.
And their burgers taste like it's boiled. It doesn't even taste good.
At Sonic?
Yeah, it tastes gross.
You know, I've never actually had food from Sonic. Only drinks.
Don't have it. Go to
Don't
Burger
have
King.
it.
Burger King
That's
has
tight.
better burgers, if you could imagine, than
I'm
Sonic
gonna say
does.
something crazy.
And Sonic, here's the thing: Sonic used to be good. I used to enjoy
Wow.
Sonic. Sonic used to have motherfuckers. If you're listening, if someone works at Sonic, hit me up. I'll take the sponsorship. They used to
Dog.
have a green apple slushie at Sonic. I remember because I would come home
Yeah,
from a
I've had
football
that.
game and have one after every single football game. That was
Yeah, they're good.
me and my mom's whole thing is like after the football game on our way home, we'd get a
Sure.
Sonic green apple slushie. They don't have it anymore. They removed it. They deprecated it from the list because now
Wow.
it is a Halloween special item.
Fuck
And they put a bunch of
off.
fucking nerds in it and shit. Ruin it completely.
Yuck.
Fuck them. So
Unlucky.
I have some issues with Sonic. Sonic, if you're listening, I'm coming for you. However, they do have good mozzarella sticks, so I can't really bitch about it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's hard to fuck up a mozzarella stick.
True. And then no other places have mozzarella sticks. I think Sonic's the only one, at least around here, fast food style, that has mozzarella. They all went out of business around here.
What the fuck?
The Arby's
That's
that
crazy.
used to be down like in the same parking lot from the McDonald's I just went to the other day, they turned it into a 5-minute oil change place.
Wait,
They
but they have the
actually
meats.
demolished the place.
Is Arby's straight up out of business? There's no Arby's?
I don't know if it's out of business, but in like where I live,
But in your
there's
area.
no Arby's. Yeah.
Wow.
The Arby's that were around here, like from when I was a kid, are out of business.
That's so sad because it was the best food that I could have that would reliably give me diarrhea. You know what I mean? Like of
Yeah.
all the shittiest possible foods, it was pretty good. There's definitely something about like, yo, give me 2 roast beef and cheddars on an onion bagel or whatever on an onion bun, and like you eat it and it's really yummy, and then you're like dying in the bathroom for 2 days.
So there used to be, I would say, like 20 Arby's in my area. In the general 45 to an hour to 2 hour area of Google Maps, there are 3 Arby's, and they're not close to each other.
Wow.
And again, it used to be like there's a McDonald's on this corner, and then in the same parking lot there's an Arby's, or like a Whataburger over here and an Arby's, and blah blah
I
blah. They're all
wonder
gone.
if Arby's went out of business and the ones that are still open are the franchised ones, like the personally owned ones.
Maybe because also at the same time, World Markets went out of business as well around here.
Did they really?
Do you remember like kind of like if you were in a pinch for like a Thanksgiving, you can go to World Market and get their like little Thanksgiving thing?
Yeah, I fuck with World Market.
Yeah, they're not around either.
Wow.
At least around here.
It's crazy.
And when I say not around, I just mean like I'm not gonna go 45 minutes out of my way for a fucking Arby's. Relax, you know.
Well, that's true.
I live in a suburb where there is in 5 minutes in every direction a restaurant of some kind.
Yeah.
To have. So
I'm gonna say some crazy shit right now. I think this is about
Tell
to be
me.
crazy.
sure.
I've said famously that I don't like going to restaurants because I have experience in the food industry and I know how absolutely filthy and completely careless people are in the kitchen.
Sure.
If you are eating at most restaurants, you might as well just lick a doorknob. You know what I mean? Don't bother. It's yuck. However, As someone who said that, I fuck with a double Whopper, brother. I really like Burger King.
Can I be honest and like truthful and honest and open and
Please,
honest?
we listen and we don't judge.
I don't particularly care if there's germs everywhere. I'm not a germaphobe. Like, I'm not saying I'm not washing my hands and stuff,
Well,
but I'm
sure. I mean, I'm
saying
not
like
germaphobe either.
I'm not gonna like go to an establishment and worry about like I hope they like wash these napkins really good. Like, I'll fucking blow my nose into a fucking Olive Garden napkin or cough into one. I don't fucking care.
Well, yeah, I don't care about that.
You know
I'm
what I
worried
mean? But
about
like,
like
but
the
like the
the
food
Burger
either.
King foot
Like,
lettuce ass. You know what I mean?
well, if a foot lettuce happens and you don't know about it, is it really a foot lettuce? You know what I mean?
Oh my god, my
you
man's an
know,
animal.
you know what I mean? Like, if
Yo.
but like, how many foot lettuces are happening in my general vicinity that I don't know about, right?
Only takes one, bro.
Because I'm just saying, foot lettuce is definitely better than whatever the fuck's going on in India. Because what some of those videos I see are fucked.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
So
Well, but like, okay, so and you probably don't have the context for this. I've talked about this before on stream, and I think I've talked about it with you once briefly, maybe like
which
at a
one?
movie night or something. But like, you might be familiar. Well, in the early '90s, there was a kid who almost died from an E. coli outbreak at Jack in the Box in Southern California.
Sure.
That was me. I was on the news.
Now, is it just a skill issue though? Maybe I don't know. Like,
There
what
was
were
a
you
bunch of
getting?
people that got rolled.
I'm sorry that happened, but also like,
I had 4 blood transfusions, and then the doctor gave me the wrong medicine. Like, well, that's not true. The nurse gave me the wrong medicine, and I threw up, and it like reintroduced it to my system. I had to get like a bunch more shit, and then like my mom didn't sue, which is insane. We would have been set for life. But I'll tell you
can I
what.
can I be so honest? Can I be open and honest?
Yeah, please, go ahead.
And I don't want you to hate me for this.
No, go ahead.
They have tight mini tacos though.
I
would
agree.
still
They're
go-
so good, right? No, I like Jack in the Box. It's fine.
Hey, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You know what I'm saying, bro? So like, here's my
True.
thing. Do you
Go ahead.
remember Joe's Crab Shack? Remember those restaurants?
I've seen it, never had it.
Okay, so they're kind of like also out of business. Maybe there's like 1 or 2 offshoots somewhere.
Yeah,
that
yeah. I
still
knew people
exist.
that work there. I've like seen them. I've never been to one.
My mom and I went to one, and it was either like my birthday or there was some reason we were going. And I got a burger. I was usually a burger guy back then, not
Yeah,
really a.
love it.
Well, you know how back in the day people used to clean the grills with wire brushes. And so I had a wire in my burger that I almost ate. And my mom was like,
Oh.
"What the fuck is that?" And she like probably saved me from dying or like having it like shoot up my sinuses or something. But like a stainless steel wire brush, and the wire like gets fucking
Yeah, that would fuck you
Yeah.
up for sure.
yeah.
Good dodge. Good looking
Yeah.
out, mom.
So like I understand mishaps, but also burgers are tight. You know what I mean? Like
Burgers are tight.
and like, I've had some mishaps where like, I'm eating something and like maybe there's a bone in it or something. I fucking crack a tooth on something, but I'm not gonna
Sure.
like not eat it. Shit happens. If the restaurant's a
yeah.
little dirty, like even during COVID, I was going to fucking restaurants, Olive Garden, get some soup.
That's crazy. I would not brag about that. That's crazy.
Brother, it's a different time because I know you're kind of up where like, people are kind of crazy about it. Brother, going to Olive Garden during COVID in Texas, brother, there was no social distancing. There was nothing, my guy. Texas was a whole different animal.
Sure.
I actually, knock on wood, didn't fucking get it. But like, I got I'm not saying I'm an anti-vaxxer. I got vaxxed or whatever, but
You got that ivermectin following the Rogan regimen?
yeah, but like yeah, but like yeah, I'm a horse now. Nay.
Oh no.
But like no one was social distancing. No one was doing shit.
Sure.
Like we were even talking like at work, like, it's just gonna blow over. So stupid. Whatever, fucking dumbass. Fucking coronavirus. And then it became real and we all were working from home. But yeah, like restaurants were still open. People like you can go see a movie still. Like it was chill. Like
That's crazy.
Texas is, like I say, I always tell people Texas is like another country. The way they handle shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
It's crazy. I'm not saying
you
that's
do what you
good or
gotta do.
anything, but
But the grander takeaway is that like even as a culinary like infield,
yeah.
I fuck with Burger King. I know it's like an uncommon take. Like people think Burger King's not that good.
Bro, do you remember
I like Burger King a lot.
The old cheese fries. You tear the fucking cheese. It came in little packets, and they gave you the bag, and you
Oh,
put the fries in the bag, and you
you
put
get
the
the shake
cheese
'em
on
up
it,
fries.
and you shake them up fries, brother. Look, I'm not saying they were good, okay, but fucking they were good. They were okay. They
Yeah,
tasted
yeah, yeah,
good,
yeah.
and
I
in
fuck
that
with
time
those. Yeah,
period, you know what I mean. Look, McDonald's. I'm not going to McDonald's because they have good food. I'm not going to Taco Bell because it's the best taco in town.
it is. I'll stop you there. A cheesy gordita crunch is the best taco in town.
And look, I don't agree, but I'll still go. I'll still have one.
Dog, a cheesy
I'll
gordita
eat.
crunch is the taco.
Yeah, I don't fucking I don't care. Like if I want it, I'll have it. And you know what? I like their nachos. They taste bad. You know why? Because it tastes
Taco Bell
like
nachos taste bad?
Taco Bell nachos taste like 90s theater nachos.
Yeah, you mean incredible? Delicious?
Incredible. Yeah.
Flawless?
It's not good in nacho standards, but like
Sure it is.
blast from
Yes,
the
it is.
past 90s. And you know what I fuck with too? Remember when the 90s food court cups with like the red kind of the kind of off red like little swish on the top of the cups and the little blue kind of like
Oh,
pixely stuff?
I know what you're talking about, but ours had like the blue and purple crayon stripes on the side.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same idea, but different execution. But I know the one. Yeah.
Yeah, like I love that style, that vibe. Or
Yeah.
like when you go to AMC and you walk up and you look at the ceiling and it's a starlight ceiling that echoes.
Oh, I love those.
Bro, you don't get those anymore. You don't get those anymore,
Whimsy
my
is
guy.
dead, and I am sad about that every day. I am in mourning for
Different time.
Whimsy. Yeah.
Or how about
true.
this? You go to a movie theater and you go to the auxiliary concession stand.
Ooh,
The
little
second
side
concession, the
stand.
side
Yeah.
concession stand, because the main one got so popular,
Yeah.
you had to go to the fucking side one, and the side one always had better popcorn because it was just a little stale, because not a lot of people, not a lot of traction over there, but it was just a little stale, and it just added that like extra crunch.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
what I did one time at a theater, and I'm gonna sound
Love
like
it.
an insane person for this too.
Tell me.
I took a bag with me into a theater one time, like a like a bag, like a personal items holding,
Sure.
like just a satchel, Lamau.
Bag of holding, sure.
Yeah, but it was lined with tinfoil and saran wrap and had chicken noodle soup in there. And I was just eating chicken noodle soup watching a movie.
You know, when my friends' parents would take us, we would go to Walgreens before and just shove the pockets full of candy.
Yeah,
And they don't fuck. You could just walk in with the candy. They didn't give a fuck. No one cared.
Yeah,
No one really cared, right?
yeah. I mean, they say they care. They don't give a shit.
They don't
But like,
fucking
I did
care.
just bring in like soup.
Did you ever sneak into a movie? Were you ever a movie sneaker inner?
You know, I've never snuck. Ooh, I've snuck once. However, I've snuck a few times. However, when I do, only one time did I not pay for a movie ticket. However, more commonly what would happen, you know, we had some homies that would do this thing sometimes where they would buy a ticket, go to the movie, and then just open the back door and let everyone in the theater.
Fucking thank you. So what we would do is we had the one homie who was going to buy the ticket. We'd split the ticket cost with him, and then he'd hit the back door for us.
Yeah.
And this was before, back in the day, people who are a little younger probably realize that like every time you go to a movie theater, you pick your seats. Back in the day, we didn't have recliners, and we definitely didn't pick our seats. It was random.
Right.
So if you're going to a super late showing of something, the odds are you are gonna fucking get in no problem, and there's gonna be so many seats it wouldn't matter,
seats, bro.
and
Especially
no one's
if the
gonna
movie
fucking know. And don't get me wrong, they had cameras back then. No one gave a no one's gonna
They still don't
trespass
give
you
a
for
fuck. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, you'd be surprised. At the AMC down where we are, they're kind of like, they'll hit you with the trespass. They're like, if we catch you sneaking in, we're going to hit you with the trespass. And not like just get out, like call the cops and shit. You can't even have fun anymore. And that's why I'm saying kids are doing this chicken jockey shit because they're not even allowed to sneak in theaters anymore. That used to be the bad thing to do. And then they stopped that, and then worse stuff happened.
You know what my thing was?
Tell me.
I'd go to the theater, I'd see a movie for real, I'd like pay for a ticket and see a movie. And sometimes if it was kind of bad and I didn't like it, but there was a different movie I wish I saw, I would just like hang out in the bathroom for a little bit, play on my phone, fuck around, and just go into the next movie.
Brother, you know what's actually diabolical but kind of worked all the time? You might think it's terrible. I had a friend who was so fucking good for this. It was like
Yeah.
a science.
Yeah.
They pop in. We would go into a movie that just let out, hoping someone left like a drink behind or something. My brother would go into the bathroom, scrub that shit down good, and then he's got a free drink. Go refill. Get the germs off it or whatever, out of it. Rinse it out in the sink, get a little hand soap on it. Now, sometimes you didn't wash it out too good, and it kind of tastes like soap a little bit. But it was a free drink, and you could just get a new lid and a new straw. And it was pretty much... You don't reuse the straw, obviously. Bad. Nefarious?
Feels
bad. We were kids, so statute of limitations probably kind of out on that.
There is an issue with that fundamentally that I don't know if I could particularly explain.
Yeah.
But you explained that, and I don't care that you stole a drink. That's tight.
Yeah.
I don't
I
care.
didn't steal it. My friend did, but he stole it for us. He stole it for the homies.
I don't. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But like my problem, right, is that like
that's crazy. Yeah.
That seems from like a health perspective.
Yeah, different times.
Different times.
And we cleaned it. We cleaned the cup. It was cleaned. It was sanitized.
Well, you said it tastes like soap, so you had soap.
No, I'm.
You mean it was? Oh.
You're not drinking soap, but we would wash. He would wash them out. I say we. I didn't.
But I mean, like wash them out with soap, though.
Yeah, like dish soap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What's the problem? Like the icy cups
that
aren't paper.
Yeah, I know.
They're just you just wash them out.
Yeah, I know.
With soap, just like you would do a cup, a normal cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his tech,
his like
you'll be amazed.
Some rando spitting there.
No. Here's the tech. Listen to this. He would come prepared. He had a Ziploc bag, and it, like they do with dope, they kind of twist it. A Ziploc bag of Dawn dish soap in his pocket. Yeah. So then he bites the fucking little tip off, and then he fucking squirts all the Dawn dish soap in there. You got a clean
I'll tell you
icy
what.
cup. It's sanitized.
I'll tell you what.
Hey,
it's a plastic cup. And you washed it with Dawn. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, you're winning me over. All right.
Look, I'm not saying it was good. I'm not saying we should have done it, right? But I'm saying like, hey, it's clean. If a friend comes over and drinks out of a glass, you wash it and it's good.
Yeah.
And
if your friend has like a disease that's extremely passable, then maybe not. Maybe you just get a new cup.
Like what kind of disease we talking about?
Who knows?
Because there's some diseases that aren't transferred via a little bit of a sucking action on a straw. You know what I mean? We're not drinking the straw. We're not drinking out of the straw. We're getting a new straw. We're getting a new lid.
Well,
you know what I mean?
New straw, new lid, and you did wash it with soap. I'm a man of science, and I would be a cave dwelling fucking troglodyte if I was said, "Hey, soap doesn't clean things," because I know it does.
Because do you invite friends over? Right. Do you invite friends over?
Right.
It's not like I'm gonna invite Jose over and be like, "Hey, how's your kidney disease doing? Am I gonna catch anything?" You're not asking people that. You're like, "Here, drink out of my cup, and then I'll wash it." No, but like I'm saying, like you don't ask your friend, "Hey, do you have herpes?"
I do ask that. I do ask that question.
999% of people.
If someone's like, "Yo, share drinks," I'm like, "You good?"
No, we're not sharing drinks though. That's the thing. There's no shared drinks going on.
You don't think you're sharing drinks, and that's fine.
No, it's not sharing drinks. It's washing a cup and using it again.
Hell.
Does Dawn dish soap not get rid of germs that are on things?
How hot is the water you were using? Because Dawn dish soap with cold water, not as effective as you might suspect.
Back in the day when bathrooms had like hot and cold, I was gonna say
knobs, it was like the two taps.
Yeah,
all right. You're using hot water, Dawn dish soap, plastic cup, new straw, new lid.
Look,
okay, you're winning me over.
Back in the day, you're more likely to get something from the fucking the toilet seat than you are a fucking cup. You know what I mean? Because like back in the day, that was before people were putting the paper on toilet seats and shit. You were just raw dogging that shit.
That's true. Yeah,
Back in the early
that's
2000s, people didn't
true.
give a fuck about that.
You're more likely to get lice from the fucking seats.
Exactly. Or bring home bed bugs. What do you
Ugh.
mean? Yeah,
I
I'm
got
not
lice from the
saying,
theater
you know,
twice.
times were different back then. I'm not saying I'm happy about it. You know what I mean? But hey, when you're a fucking 14 and you could only pay for one ticket and get all the homies in, hey, maybe a popcorn bucket and a drink or two and get some free popcorn and, you know, a free drink and wash them out. Gotta do what you gotta do. Or you
Gotta
sneak
do
your
what
own
you gotta do.
cups in. Or this is another tech.
I
Get
like
an
the sneak in
icy,
your own
take
cup.
it home, take the
I like the
icy
sneak in
home.
your own cup.
You know, wash your cup because you're washing it anyway with Dawn dish soap
Yes.
still. So it's
Yes.
getting washed anyway.
I fuck
Lamau.
with that. I fuck with that for sure. The bring your
But
own cup, that's tight.
here's the thing. Washing the other cup is fine. You're not getting anything because you washed the cup. You're not putting the cup in the dishwasher. You're making me sound crazy. It's not crazy. You're more likely to get a fucking sinus infection from like a napkin at a
Well, I'm
restaurant
more
than
worried
you
about
are.
like AIDS than a
But
sinus
AIDS
infection.
isn't
But I hear you.
transferred via saliva.
Do you know that?
Do you know that?
What if you have a cut in your mouth?
Brother,
What's up?
first of all, it's washed.
Okay, well.
It's washed, you know? If someone comes to your house, you're like, hey, you have AIDS? Hey, do you have herpes?
Before
not
I let
asking
them
that.
in the door.
It's a questionnaire.
On the doorstep. I got the key in the lock. Hey, real
Are
quick.
you on prep?
Oh my God. That's crazy.
They're like, sir, I'm just here to fix your dishwasher. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, before I let you in my house, Mr. Electrician, what's your body count?
From what I understand, it is bodily fluids like from the lower region or blood.
Yeah,
Right?
like if you have a cut in your mouth.
And yeah, but like you're not gonna like, so it's like it has to be recent. Like you're not gonna like, oh man, I slipped and fell on the sidewalk and someone with AIDS fell like 3 weeks ago
Okay,
and
but
now I have
that
AIDS now.
cup
You know
wasn't
what I
left
mean?
there 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying?
It was washed.
Okay.
It was a
Okay.
washed. It wasn't like it was a paper cup either. It wasn't like it absorbed the AIDS. You know what I mean?
All right, I hear you. Okay.
You know
I hear
who
you.
hasn't got AIDS? Someone drinking out of a cup or a public water fountain. You don't get AIDS from that.
Oh, I don't fuck with public water fountains. Let's be clear about that.
No, I don't fuck with public water fountains either. But I'm saying like
Hobos wash
people
their
aren't-
balls on those.
people aren't getting fucking AIDS from the water fountain down the bubbler down the street. You know what I mean?
Don't
Like,
call
they're
them
not doing that.
bubbler. What is this? Okay,
That's what you
I
guys
hear
call them. That's what the North calls them.
We don't.
I've heard that the
You got lied
northern
to.
homies call them
Nope.
bubblers.
You got lied to immediately. That's crazy.
They
I
are
have been the entire West
fountains.
Coast. I ain't never heard a bubbler in my goddamn days.
Well, the
That's
north,
crazy.
not the west. Got Wisconsin and stuff.
Oh,
Fuck it, they're weird out there anyway, right? But
I don't know shit about Wisconsin, but maybe. I'd expect that shit from like Tennessee, maybe.
ew, gross. No, water
Bubbly.
fountain.
A little bubbly.
Southern? No, Southern's water fountain all day long. Go water fountain.
I
Go
don't
to
know. I just know
fountain.
Bubbler's not our people. That's all I know.
You know what's crazy? Back in high school, just drinking out of water fountains like it was no one's business. That was
Nope.
just didn't even
Not
care.
your boy. Not you, dude.
Well, yeah, you were in the shed, so you didn't go to a public
Right.
school, but
Correct. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
not your boy because you weren't
True.
even there. Got him.
True.
But yeah, I don't know. We just, you know, obviously I'm not doing that in my adult years or whatever, right? And you're not. You just used to do stuff, crazy stuff. Now, like you can get a little ear infection, get a little sinus infection, maybe. Who knows? You get a little strep. I don't know.
So right.
I'm just kidding. I don't think
Yeah.
I ever got
Well,
sick.
you
But,
know, sometimes you have to get a little strap. That's diff.
well, I got so much strep, I had to get my tonsils out, and now they've grown back.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah.
That is true.
So it do be like that.
Yeah. And you know, it's weird they grow back. Because hey, grow back something helpful like a liver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grow back
Why-
a lung,
yeah.
dude. fuck a consoles, which I always call consoles, and that's different. You play games on
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
But although, speaking of things growing back,
Yeah.
GameCube games. I have no. Yeah, well, you're giving me a strange look.
That's a interesting segue. You're usually more tight on the segues. That was a
Well,
little
because they grow back.
fast and loose.
Then it's not literal. It's not literal. It's I'm meaning in the sense that they were not. The GameCube was not a super poppin' console sales wise, which is shocking because it's a tight
Sure.
console. However, I'm told they're coming back in vogue a little. They're a little back in style. They're growing back into the lexicon, the public realm,
I
just on
think
the retro scene.
people I think people like a console that's not like doesn't have any weird gimmicks. I think people are kind of getting over the gimmick thing a little bit. Like VR is kind of dead for right now. There needs to be a leap for that still. They need to do a couple more leaps. I think people are done with like the controller where you have to like move it around and like wave it around or whatever. I think there is a market for that, but like I think that's kind of losing its ground, right? People
The
just kind of
PlayStation
want a
Move
game.
or whatever it was.
The Wii nunchucks, or even like
Yeah.
even with the Switch, the Joy-Cons movement wise, I think people are just kind of done with that for a while. I think it's been overdone. I think Xbox
Yeah.
had one where it was like a huge thing with like a ball on the end, or was that PlayStation?
Well, that's the PlayStation Move, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, you know what?
Looks
Xbox
like a
had the
fucking
Kinect.
sex wand or
Xbox
whatever. The
had
vibrator
like
wand.
the Kinect thing that watched you sleep or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Which we are now getting from the Switch too.
Yeah.
Tight. Has
Yeah.
that dumb webcam attachment thing.
How do you feel about the terms of service thing that got talked about recently?
Didn't hear.
So Nintendo put in their terms of service a little amendment that if you're caught doing anything with the console, like modding it or doing anything, they can basically remotely shut it off and make it useless completely. The console itself, just kill it.
Oh, they've been doing that for years. That's not new to me. Now it's in the term of service, I guess, but sure. But they've been doing that.
I think it's just dumb. I think that's a dumb thing in general. I'm not even talking about Switch 2 and just the Switch 2, but like just let people mod their stuff. If they're not hacking things, who cares?
Well, it's interesting you say that. It's a fascinating point you're making, and the reason it's fascinating is because, like, on the one hand, yes, if they're not hacking anything, who cares? On the other hand, a modded console is like, from a business perspective, it's kind of like watching someone say, like, here's what it is.
Yeah, tell me.
It's like watching somebody say to your face, I'd like to steal from you later. And in fact, I'm gonna. And then not caring about it.
That's tough. This is a weird stance. I thought you would be like totally against this, but you're kind of like, I agree with it.
Okay. Let me clear up some misinterpretations here.
Sure.
I think Nintendo putting in their terms of service makes a lot of sense. I agree with them from a business perspective. I'm gonna still do it. Fuck them. Like, I see the confusion here.
You know what it
They're not
feels
stopping
like?
me.
It feels like if you had a computer and you overclocked your CPU or GPU, and then NVIDIA was like, "Oh, we noticed you overclocked this. We're shutting it down. And you can't use it." That feels like that. No, like that wouldn't happen.
Little diff.
Well, not even that. Maybe if Steam recognized you had an emulator, they're like, well, you can't use Steam anymore because you have stolen games on your computer. It just seems like an overreach.
But
like,
imagine if it was a Steam emulator that emulated all the games on Steam. Then Steam might have a problem.
Well, here's the thing. You can't stop people either way.
Well, no, but I get why from a business perspective you'd be mad about it.
But hear me out.
Yeah.
Make your games a little lower in price and people might not steal as much.
No.
I think so.
Hire less people is what you're saying.
Hire less people? No, not. Well, yeah, I don't know, make sustainable games. Expedition 33. 30 people, 35 people made that game.
It's funny you say that. I am going to play that tomorrow.
I know you told me that.
Yeah.
I'm
And
excited. I'm upset because I want to watch it, but I don't want to watch
yeah,
it because
yeah, I want to play it tomorrow.
of
And I don't know if it's going to be good or not because people seem to like dog shit like Baldur's Gate. However, I'm excited about it and I think it'll be fine. It looks fun.
I every time you say that, I cringe a little bit.
What? It's going to be fun? Are you not a fan
No,
of 33?
no. I think that you're the outlier in the Baldur's Gate thing. Doesn't mean that through 33 will be bad.
Well, no. I said it. I said it'd be good. 33.
But you also said, but also people like bullshit like Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
So you're worried.
Yeah.
But
But I'm
there's
hopeful.
no,
I'm worried, but hopeful.
I don't know. I think if you go in with an empty, if you don't go in thinking it's gonna be shit.
Here's what happened. Here's what concerns me.
Okay, sure,
The person who gifted that game to me said, "I
sure.
need to hear your hot takes." Haha. And then every friend I have told about it has said, "Oh, bestie, you shouldn't play that."
Well,
They're
you
like,
know
"That's
what
not
it's
for you."
about. You know what it's about, though.
Well, it's about me, not the game, of course.
No. But like I
Oh,
showed you the trailer in which they talk about
yeah.
openly people die.
Well, yeah, but the story might just
So,
suck. So we'll see. But like I
oh,
said, I'm hopeful.
well. So I think what they're saying is, I think why people are saying that to you is because they know that you don't like people die equals bad to you. Well, yeah.
No.
You say that with a smile.
No.
You notoriously say
No. Well,
games
people
or
die.
movies,
I like it when
media,
villains die.
but people die. Things die.
Villains are people.
No. The trailer showed good people dying.
Yeah. Well, before the
Multiple
game,
good
though.
people.
Before the game, they showed people dying.
The game characters in the trailer, those were game characters in the trailer dying.
But they're like before the game, though. I think so.
Then what you watched
Isn't the whole
was
premise? Yeah, the whole premise is that like we're the 33rd expedition, right? And the other 32 or whatever like didn't make it.
yeah. But
Yeah. So that's
but
before the game happens.
but they
That's like
also
prologue shit.
foreshadow. Well, no, it was prologue and foreshadowing that people are gonna die. Like there's a lot of death gonna happen probably, and there might not be people that make it in the Like they specifically like, hey, you might start with a couple people, might end up with one, might end up with two. You know what I mean? They're in the trailer. They're like, hey, people are dying. Like it's a game about death. You know?
That seems odd to me on the grounds that like each character has like such a unique combat mechanic that it'd be weird to kill any of them. Like what a wasted thing that is then. But like I hope it's one of the weaker ones. I hope they suck.
Yeah. As long as it's just a weaker one.
Yeah. As long as the ones that aren't as
So
fun to play die.
you're
then-
good if a character dies as long as they're weak.
I'm
You
good
hate
at the-
sirens dying in Borderlands because sirens are strong, and you hate when strong characters die. I'm joking, by the way.
That's so funny.
I'm joking.
Yeah,
by the
strong
way,
characters
but
dying sucks. When Zero died in Mega Man, I was tilted.
You know what I think is gonna happen? Again, I don't know anything, so I'm not even like foreshadowing or fucking with you. I'm just like also speculating with you. I think though, it sounds like there's gonna be a mechanic where like if a character dies, they will either not come back, they'll be like dead in the story or something, or in such a way, because in the trailer I do believe they talked about like people die and they come back, but like kind of Souls like where they're like less of themselves somehow. So
Okay.
because remember there's like a guy with like an automail arm or whatever. So I wonder if like dying means they like lose a part of their body, or like they start
Yeah.
disappearing in some way or dissolving in some way, because they kind of allude to like the when they show France or whatever, there's like bits and pieces like kind of disintegrating, or there's parts of the world that are like disintegrating because of whatever. So it kind of alluded to me that maybe that's the case. I don't know. I'm just kind of
Hmm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear ya.
I don't know if that's good or bad, by the way. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it could be interesting story wise.
Interesting. Yeah, I
Right.
took it to be that like probably the prologue of the game is going to be us being an expedition that fails, and then the bulk of the game
Yeah.
is just being an expedition that doesn't fail.
Or like a reincarnation of an expedition that failed, and you like somehow.
Or
So I
like we
think
might not
it's.
even be Expedition 33, you know what I mean? We might be Expedition like
Oh, I
600, and then
see.
Expedition 33 is just like a very iconic one in the story for some reason. Like,
They
oh,
show
this is
us
we're
Expedition
finishing the
33.
job of 33's whatever, like or something. You know what
Would
I
you
mean?
be disappointed if like the game is you start with like the prologue is, hey, this is actually Expedition 33, and then those characters you end up liking and they all die obviously because if like what we're saying, Expedition 33 is the prologue,
Well,
that means like we're coming in Expedition 100 or whatever the fuck, and like
well,
Expedition 33 has like been long past.
here's my thing.
Yeah.
I won't think that's good writing, but I won't be tilted about it.
Because it seems like those little god things, those little like bamboo, like baboon looking like creatures or whatever that like float around, the fat ones. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those seem like they're some type of like constant in the world. From what like it seems like they don't die. Like
Sure.
they're like the.
Here's the thing.
Yeah. Seems interesting.
The idea of like we have to break the cycle in the samsara, fucking if we succeed, we go forward and not loop back to beginning or whatever. That's such JRPG like 101. You know what I mean?
Hey, but if they do it in a
So,
French way, maybe they say sorry a bunch and
oh yeah, is this an FRPG?
this is French. Yeah, this is made by a French
No, I
team.
mean, like, is that the term we use now?
Oh,
As opposed to
FRPG
JRPG?
probably, yeah. I mean,
Huh.
if it's a JRPG made
never
by
thought
the
about
French,
that.
is it still a Japanese RPG?
Well, JRPG is the J is Japanese. It's not. It's French.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying if the French guys wanted like, hey, let's make a JRPG,
They
does
can't.
it become an FRPG?
They're not allowed. It's not possible.
Okay, so it would be an FRPG because it was made by a bunch of
Yeah.
Frenchmen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's tight. Do you think that's tight?
It's weird they don't call normal RPGs from the West like US RPGs.
Well, they do like MMOs, they do say Western MMO. This is a Western MMO, this is an Eastern MMO.
Yeah, but like as an acronym or whatever, I've never. Well, that's
Oh, as an
MMOs though. I mean,
acronym.
like a one-player.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think they do
Like
that at all.
they've never
like
had
we
like
talked about.
like an ARPG where the A is America,
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
but JRPG where like, nah, we know what island that shit came from. That's crazy. Seems weird
That's
that we
insane.
like. It seems weird they put the J on it like that. It's like a
Yeah,
slur.
it is insane.
But I'll tell you what. Here's where I'm at.
Huh?
Anytime it's a story of like break the cycle, whatever, I'm immediately like, okay, so this is not new or original on premise. Hopefully the execution is new and original. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like Genshin
from the
Impact has
videos we
that.
watched, it definitely seems like the combat is a unique way of them doing it.
Oh no, I mean the story execution. Like the
Sure.
framework they're
I thought
using
you were
is
talking
like
about every like mechanics and stuff.
no, I mean like the framework they're using. The foundation of the house is pretty who gives a shit in the cycle story. That's whatever. I hope the walls are filled with like substance. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that the house they build on that on original foundation is like a house that is reasonable. I wouldn't be surprised if all the characters die at the end. And if it does, I won't like it. I'll just say that now. I think that'll be really dumb and stupid. Kind of no matter what happens in the story, I'll be off board for that. However,
I think it would be dumb unless they do that in a way that makes sense.
the problem is I don't think a way to make that make sense exists. In story writing, I don't think the premise of that exists.
So you're
I've
not a fan
never-
of like Goku transporting Cell off to like King Kai's planet to like save Earth, like a little hero sacrifice.
Yeah, I thought that was fundamentally stupid. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
because like, because
him
here's the
doing
problem.
that was fundamentally stupid. He could
Well,
have just transported
it's
him somewhere
double
else.
stupid. Well, no, that's not even what I mean. It's like double stupid, because like the reason he does that isn't because he's thoughtless or didn't think of anything else. He explains later he intended to commit suicide on purpose.
Oh well, I didn't know that stuff, but
Yeah, it's like deliberate. He's
I
like,
would
I just thought it'd be
imagine it
better if
wouldn't
I
be-
died.
yeah, I
And
guess that was a
that
bad.
is so fundamentally fucking dumb to me.
Well, yeah, I don't think that would be the case though in Expedition 33.
So No, I think if they fail, it'd
Yeah.
be like a cabin in the woods thing where it's like we did our best and ultimately failed, or some shit. Or hopefully the next one we set the next expedition up for success, or some shit
And the
like
next
that.
one is Expedition 44.
Yeah, true.
The next game, all the game sequels are just 10 after, like, or
Right.
like,
Yeah, 11 after, like, yeah, plus 11, 55,
yeah,
66, 77. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
kind of tight, but also dumb. Yeah,
So
I
like
agree.
I don't know that there is a way to write a story fundamentally where the main cast die that isn't stupid, is what I'm saying. I think there are ways to make idiots think it's deep, and I think that that's like for like it's like Reddit bait or like I'm 12 and this is deep type shit, you know what I mean? Like there's going to be like for sure examples of that, not in 33 but just in general in writing. Like this character had to kill themselves because they were abused as a child and it's the only way to end their suffering or whatever fucking dumb thing, you know? Like that'll always exist. And then someone somewhere will be like, "Yeah, my dad hit me with a belt. I wish I was dead," or some stupid fucking thing. And they'll eat that up for sure. And again, I was beaten as a child, so I can talk about this. Lamau, I have the pass. But like
God damn. Yeah.
just
Okay.
so we all I can say it. I earned it, all
That,
right? I paid the iron price, all
that
right?
that's a thing to
I have
drop.
the
Yeah.
I have the
Okay.
pass.
Yeah.
So it's like I just
Yeah.
don't well, cuz it's easy for someone who hasn't been to just like pass judgment. I want people to know I was
Yeah.
in the boat. But like I
Yeah.
came over on the Mayflower with you motherfuckers, all right? But
I was
like
just not expecting that drop. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Continue.
listen, I go crazy with it. But like what I'm saying is people who find like tragedy comforting or like appealing probably think that for a reason that is more personal than the quality of the story. I think that's almost always true. And the only reason I say almost is because it's like a margin of error thing. I've never seen that not be the case. However, I'm sure it must be statistically sometimes. But most of the time, if someone likes something tragic, it's because they relate to or find comfort in tragedy for some other personal reason that's more sad than good.
Yeah. I mean, I can say like the whole let's go kill death thing. I kind of roll my eyes at every time I hear it. It's like, oh, it's a story about going to kill death. I see. Cool.
Right.
I
Like
kind of
how
roll
many
my eyes,
JRPGs are like
but
we have to kill
like,
God because it's a bad god or whatever.
yeah, we have to kill God so we can put a new God in place. That's kind of gotta be like the old God, but or just get rid of the God altogether. Then we make everything worse or something.
Right.
And then,
If we kill God, then we'll be in charge of our own future. Like how many times have you
yeah,
heard that shit?
yeah, I roll my
Infinite
eyes at
times.
that. However, I won't say that there's not a time where someone might, like you said, like the walls might be a little better. The house might be built a little
Yeah,
better.
right. Yeah,
Where
right,
it's
right,
like,
right.
okay, you took a trope that's like fucking like I don't want to see anymore, and you made it okay to look at. Like I like
Right.
looking at this house, you know?
Like Genshin Impact has a
Yeah.
story. I won't get specific, but I don't want to bog down with details or whatever. But Genshin Impact has a story where they really pop off about like that samsara cycle of rebirth. You're living in a loop type beat,
Yeah.
and it on paper sounds like drivel. It's like, oh, this is gonna be whack. And then when you like live through it, when you experience that story, you're like, oh, this is not what I was expecting. This isn't like a kill god scenario. This isn't like a humanity's losing its freedom, whatever fucking pretentious. None of that. It's like it's actually interesting, actually kind of fresh, it's kind of popping. And you're like, oh, this was tight, and I'm glad I was here for this. And the ending's like really triumphant and sick.
Can
Uh
I ask a question? Can I ask a question? Because I keep seeing this a lot. And
as many questions as you like, brother.
it's not just this game, it's the gaming industry as a whole.
Is
Why
the
is a
Genshin thing or
linear game no, this is just like in gaming in general right now. Why is a linear game with, let's say, a story you play through once, but there's not like 17 different endings? Why is that so bad? Why is that bad from a standpoint of can't a game just be over and good?
I think people like it when games are over and good, and I think the people who are vocal about not liking it are like no lifer weirdos.
Yeah, like I keep seeing complaints. It's not
Yeah.
just Expedition 33, but other games where they're like linear game, no replayability, garbage. And I'm like, Okay, so then I look at a
Yeah.
profile, and then it's like all the if it's like Borderlands, it's like great game, can replay for hours. It's like, dude, what? Like
Yeah. What they
you
really
beat
mean
it
is
and
I
you
don't have
yeah,
enough money to buy multiple games, and whichever
yeah.
one game I buy, I have to get a lot of time out of.
And look, I think it's cool
That's
to
what they
have a
mean to
game where
say.
you can like do whatever you want. That's fine. Like Minecraft exists.
Yeah.
Um
In terms of their
MMOs
time
or
versus money,
yeah.
Minecraft is unrivaled.
Yeah, Minecraft, any type of good survival game, like anything that's come out recently, like Valheim or like V Rising, good games. But like
Yeah,
an
agreed.
MMO, like if you like Final Fantasy, you go that route. If you like WoW or Warcraft, you go that route. But it's like,
Sure.
why do we think every game needs to be a non-linear 17,000 ending or non-ending game ending? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't explain that other than just like they're like brokies looking to like, save
Yeah.
a buck by not buying a second game or whatever. But
And
like,
if I could be so for real, if I could be so honest, I
yeah,
kind of like a linear game sometimes. Because honestly, like MMOs these days, everything is so non-linear, it's annoying. Because I miss the days where a zone had a level, and this is kind of like I'm enjoying Assassin's Creed because of this. Because now you have like a WoW expansion will start off recently with like, let's say 5 zones, and 4 of those zones will be leveling zones. One zone will be an end game zone. And instead, back in the
okay,
day, they used to go, you start here and you work your way around wherever. If you're Hoarder Alliance, you do your little workaround story
right,
wise. Nowadays, it's you start and you can just pick whatever, and the stories aren't really connecting, and they're just a bunch of little mini stories. And that's cool, I guess. But like, I
sure,
like a story sometimes to maybe have a beginning, and then we all get somewhere, and there might be a conclusion or a big information drop or something, some twist. But like, I feel like whenever all these games come out, where it's, for example, Assassin's Creed Origins did this, where there wasn't everything kind of just scaled with you. It was kind of just like go wherever you want and do whatever you want. And like, I like what Shadows is doing, where it's like there are zone caps for levels. So you're not leveled enough to be here. It's like old school RPG where it's like you're not high enough to be here. Go to the lower, figure out everything in the lower zones, and work your way through the map in the zone cap
sure.
where you're at, right? I just feel like those games are fun because you're following a single story. You're following a story that's making sense. Whenever everything's so go to AB or CB or CAB, I want to go to
Yeah, right.
ABCD
They
and
have
tell
to be
me
made in a way that is deliberately open-ended on both the front and back,
yeah,
so that the
tell
order doesn't matter. And then,
yeah, it's all open ended. It's all nothing's
yeah,
happening or something's happening, and you don't get any resolution. It's frustrating. Diablo 4 did this, where it's just like, hey, go to whatever zone you want. LMAO, who cares? It's like, yeah, but give me a story. Give me something with like some bite to it.
do you fuck
And
with tactics RPGs?
give me an example tactics RPG, like a
Like the grid
RTS.
based, like a Fire Emblem type shit?
In my day, I've been known to play a couple of Fire Emblems. I couldn't tell you their names, but like Yu Hakusho had a tactic RPG back in the day. I
Yeah, the
think,
turn-based RPGs that happen on a grid, basically.
yeah. Notoriously, that one game I didn't remember the name of, where the little dogs came to life. That thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So like,
yeah.
yeah, stuff like that. I kind of fuck with. I haven't played one recently, but yeah, back in the day, I'd play
I
those.
see. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on a game called La Pucelle Tactics for the PS2, or re-released later on the PSP and the Nintendo Switch as La Pucelle Ragnarok. I'd be fascinated to hear your take on that game, because
Is
that's
it
that's a story.
linear? I guess just a story. I like
It's
story.
quite linear. Yeah, it's chapters. It's like you do the
Yeah, I like that.
mission.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's that game is tight.
And
Fucking good game.
and
One of
I'm
my
not
favorite games
saying
ever.
a game can't be open and linear, because like notoriously Red Dead Redemption 2 is a huge open world, but it's a linear story. You progress the story and you have areas where like you can go, I guess, but why would you go there? You don't have any reason to be there yet. You know, you can go there, but it's not like you're in the story in chapter 1 and then you can go like do chapter 6 for some reason. Like you
Right.
go linearly through the story. I like that. And I think with like MMOs, I think with like people reviewing these games recently, it's like, I don't know what you wanted in this game, but obviously it was never going to be what you wanted, but you're giving it a
Right.
bad review. And that's, I don't know. I get kind of annoyed when I see reviews like that because I'm like, why are we playing games we know we're never going to like, expecting it to be something we liked? Someone goes into
Sure.
Genshin Impact and it's like, why isn't this an RTS? That's stupid, dumb game, bad game. Like, huh? You know what I mean? Just like, that's exactly what some of these people are doing. It's so goofy.
Yeah. Yeah, it does kind of feel like
Or you play
there's an
Street
element of
Fighter and
that.
you're like, why isn't there a story to this? Like, what do you mean? It's fucking Street Fighter. It doesn't need a story mode with chapters or whatever. I'm sure some of them do. I
Street
remember
Fighter
back in
6
the
has
day.
that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure back in the day they did work some of that stuff in, but
No, the new one
it's
has that.
oh, I remember an older version of a game. Maybe it was
Yeah.
a Tekken game or something had a story mode. Like
Yeah,
back in the
Mortal Kombat
PS2 era.
famously has story modes a lot.
Yeah, so like I'm not saying all of them don't, but I'm saying like if you're going into a game that notoriously doesn't have something and you're like, I can't believe it doesn't have this. Like, what do you mean? You knew it didn't have that.
Yeah, like if I was going into like GoldenEye on the
Yeah.
64 and I was like,
Yeah.
I can't believe I can't level up and where's the loot?
Yeah, I'm
That'd be
I'm
crazy.
gonna play World of Warcraft. I can't believe there's no RTS elements from the original games. What do you mean? It's a fucking MMO, brother. What?
That'd be interesting.
It
An
is
MMO
interesting,
RTS
yeah.
would be weird.
Well, you know, WoW is actually making a bunch of new game modes, which is kind of interesting. They're kind of taking like a Genshin Impact approach to some things. They're gonna do a mode. I don't know if Genshin does this, but they're gonna do a mode soon where they're gonna take random bosses from things, and you're gonna like do them together. So it's gonna be two random bosses that you fight together, and have to like solo or do duos with. I think
That'd
you
be
can do them up
weird.
to like two or three people. But you'll have like it'll be in like an arena of some kind, and they'll be doing their mechanics they do in a different setting, not in like the raid or dungeon they're at. But there'll be like two or three of them, and they'll like mix and match them and stuff. Seems kind of interesting. They're also
It is
talking about
interesting.
doing some other game modes and like playing with the tech of like someone brought up the idea of doing like a Dead by Daylight version of like a WoW mini game where there's 4 players and one like boss
Oh.
player where they play the model of like
That's
an enemy.
tight.
Yeah, just like interesting little things like that. Like, I think that's kind of cool. I think it's interesting that they're playing around with that. I don't know if Genshin does stuff like that. Well, I do know they do some stuff like that, but
We've had like boss rush events where you fight several
yeah.
bosses in a row, but never at the
Yeah.
concurrently.
Well, you know, recently, WoW just did season 2 of Plunder Storm, which is a battle royale game mode that was tied
Sure.
into the basically you drop in and it's a random island you drop in. Obviously there's like the storm cloud that moves in, and instead of you playing like a developed character, you're playing a level 1 character. You drop in and you're collecting items, and those items do things. Like there's a fireball or there's whatever, and it moves like there was one BR a long time ago, and it was like centered around spells, and it kind of feels like that one.
Oh, okay.
And it's really
sure.
cool. Like there's no guns or anything, but it's like interesting that they're using this tech for like different stuff. And I like that. I think it's cool. People shit themselves because they're like, I hate PvP. It's like, then don't do the game
Well,
mode, dumb
I
bitch.
believe that.
You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
like PvP either, but I thought it was a really fun game mode. I don't know. I'm willing to give things a try, and I think a lot of people aren't,
Yeah.
and they shit
People
themselves.
are very
Yeah.
people are very entitled to thinking that if they are playing a game, either
deserve everything.
like one of those, like whether it's like a subscription game or whatever it is, if it's one of these like live service things,
Mhm.
they think every aspect should be for them all the time, and if it's not, that's a failing on the end of the developer. Where the real situation is, they are trying to appeal to a wide audience, and it's statistically impossible for everyone to like everything. So some events just won't be for you, and that's fine.
Yeah, I wish people thought that way. Like if I know like Genshin just released like a card game mode or something. I don't know if that's like in the game permanent or something, but like even if it was in
Oh.
the game permanent,
It is.
So,
No,
like,
yeah,
even-
no, yeah.
yeah,
So
okay.
they didn't release a mode. It's not that recent. It's like a year and a half or 2 years ago now.
sure.
But yeah, it is a literal full like actual TCG that you just play in
Yeah.
game and it
So
will
it's
never
like
go
if
away. Yeah, it's there.
that came out and then people were like, "Oh, fucking Genshin has a TCG, fucking dumb game. I don't know why they added it." Then just don't play it.
They did say that a lot.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It was
Like
crazy.
because Blizzard's adding player housing to the game, and people are like, "Oh, fucking dumb." Well, then don't do it.
You just don't buy a
You
house
can
then.
just not. Yeah, just don't do it. It's
Yeah,
not
people
connected to
just
anything. You can
forget
just
that
build a
the
house.
option exists to just not engage with a piece of content.
Yeah, it's like when people bitched about like battle pets being added and like, oh, fucking Pokemon and WoW. Yeah, it's just something to do. If you just want to play the game and enjoy it, and you kind of like Pokemon and want a little Pokemon side game in your MMO to do something while you're like sitting around doing nothing, why not? You know, these people bitch and moan about everything. And then and so that's why I always say the game is only as fun as the people you surround yourself with, because people will raid in a group of 20 people where everyone thinks like that. Everyone's like, oh, fucking dumb. They're adding this or they're adding that. Fucking dumb Blizzard. And it's like, yeah, Blizzard makes some mistakes. I'm not glazing them. But like the stuff they've released about the player housing they're actually cooking. It's actually like
I
an
will be
amazing
clear.
system.
I'll be
Sure.
clear. I think that people complaining about like a Genshin TCG being added or whatever, that complaining about the housing, whatever.
Sure.
I think they would be right to complain if they said, as a developer, we're abandoning the main story to pursue making this into a card game.
Sure.
We
Yeah.
are abandoning
And they're not.
all future WoW content to become a housing simulator.
Yeah,
That would be
exactly.
really tilted.
That'd be dumb.
But it's
Yeah.
literally just side mode. Here's this. Like it
It's
doesn't affect
literally-
anything. They probably hired a whole new team for it. It's
Yeah,
not even taking development time away from their shit.
What they're doing is essentially going, hey, we have all this old content, like old raids and stuff. Go do the old stuff that you can solo, get some stuff for your house from it. And then if you like that kind of stuff, when you're not raiding and doing dungeon with your friends, go do that content, because that's something you can just keep you in the game and playing. You know, who cares? It's not even like, I am not a fan of them doing the endless daily grinds, because WoW is really notorious for that. I hate that. I don't do endless daily grinds.
Oh, you have to do like
But this
100,000 things daily.
Yeah, this isn't a daily grind. This is just something evergreen that you can just do and will follow you through whatever. And it's cool because you can have a neighborhood built in and you can have all your friends there if you want. And it's like plots that aren't going to change. Or you can have a guild neighborhood, or you can just do a random one where every time you log in, you might have different neighbors, might be able to see different houses or whatever. You just have the ability to do whatever you want. And I think that's tight.
That is tight.
Yeah.
I like that. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Like, here's where I'm at. Is like, I think, and this is going to be kind of like a weird road to get to the point I'm trying to establish in terms of like how the specifics. Like, this is going to be like the specificity of each thing I'm going to reference here sounds like I'm making a comment about one thing, but I promise it's a larger scale point.
Sure. Tell me about it. Okay.
Real-time strategy game, but not an RTS. I just don't know what else to call it. It was like an auto scroller up top. Your characters would walk forward unstoppably, and they would be mashing normal attack unstoppably. But then to actually play the game and like do their supers and stuff, there were blocks that would slide in on a track, and you'd have to tap them to destroy the blocks. And if they stacked up in like a certain number of the same color, their attack was bigger. I don't know the name of that genre of game. It's like sideways Tetris, but only one line. But then it's like not a card game. It's kind of a card game. Is there?
I was gonna be facetious and say something, but I think it would probably just be like a
It's like
clicker?
a strategy game that happens in real time.
A cookie clicker. Because
Wait,
you
how's
just
that
click
cookie
the
clicker?
boxes. You just click. Like there's no.
Well, no,
thinking
it's
about
like
it?
a JRPG.
Oh.
And it does matter. No, no. Like they stack up. Like each character is. So each
I would just
character
say
has
like
a
an auto
block.
battler, I imagine.
Kind of.
And it's just auto battler.
It's like more involved than an auto battler, though. Like
Well,
it's not
because
just
even
like
with like
a
Cookie Run
super
Kingdom,
move that
I
you activate
could
sometimes. It's like a like
even
they
with Cookie
won't do anything.
Clicker or even with Cookie Run Kingdom, you could have it all auto, but you could do things manually. So it kind of sounds like that, just like an auto battler.
Maybe
Is
you'd need to see it. Maybe the gameplay. It's crazy to
is it a
watch,
gotcha?
but it was a gotcha, yeah.
Just call it a
But
gotcha then. The
just
main
throw it in the
overarching.
box. Just
Well,
throw it in the box.
I mean, like a gotcha
Uh,
can be a bunch of different things, but like gotcha just kind of makes sense because that sounds like other gotcha games that I've seen that have like similar mechanics, but
I don't
like
think there's a game that has a similar mechanic to this as a main combat thing, as like a main gameplay thing.
so
I don't
you
think it
click
exists.
things and it fills a box and they do stuff. Okay. Yes. Uh huh. Okay.
Character 1 is orange, character 2 is green, character 2 is blue. And when their blocks stack up, if you tap one blue block, it'll blow up and do their level 1 thing. If two blue blocks are touching, it'll blow up and do the level 2 thing. And if three are touching, it'll do the level 3 thing. So you have
I
to like tap
haven't.
the blocks in such a
Yeah.
way that you're eliminating the colors such that they like.
Yeah, I haven't seen that specifically, but I've seen
Yeah.
one like that in a form of um Candy Crush, where it's not like the thing going sideways and coming in and you're getting rid of the blocks, but it's a matching game, kind of like that a little bit. And when you match stuff, the bigger you
Okay.
match, you see your character do damage to whatever it's fighting.
Yeah.
So something a little
Almost, yeah, like
similar.
Puzzles and Dragons, you mean?
Kind of, but not that. But yeah, kind of. Not the same thing, but it's the closest thing I could think of. But
Yeah,
anyway,
it's
yeah.
it's a pretty unique
So
mechanic.
I
Clearly
follow
there's
you.
inspiration there, but anyway,
Yeah,
the point is,
sure.
I played that game for a really long time.
Yeah.
And that's the main gameplay of that game. You know?
Okay. Sure.
But there is a secondary mode where you like fight bosses to like earn a thing. What game doesn't have that? And there's like another mode where um it's like a Megazord battle. Like you get one really big monster that you control the arms and legs
Oh, I love a good
individually, and
Megazord.
that
Yeah.
was fucking tight. And all these like modes, right, had a potential to drop like trophies sometimes, or like furniture, or like little decorations. And there was a
Love
housing
that.
mode
Love that.
where you could put your 3 or 4 favorite characters in the house and walk around and interact with the furniture you earn through other stuff.
Cookie Run Kingdom had that.
Yeah, like if you put out a chair, sometimes they'll sit in it, or if you put out like a snow globe, they'll shake it every now and again, or whatever
Yeah.
it is. And that mode was one of my favorite things ever. I loved that mode, the little home builder mode. It was so tight. Um, and in the same way, you know, like I love Genshin to death, which at
Mm-hmm.
its core is an action RPG
Yeah.
with a focus on team building.
Yeah.
And you go through the story mode of it. It's an action RPG. There's a story mode and action combat. That's the fucking thing. But there is that permanent card game, which is its own standalone. That game is literally, the card game could be a game on Steam for $15 and it would sell well by itself. Like it's a real full game, you know? Also, there are mini game modes in Genshin that show up and will just be gone after 2 weeks or whatever it is. And they could also be standalone games. We're doing a business sim one right now. There's like
I saw that. Yeah. And for the last Hearthstone anniversary, WoW made Hearthstone in WoW. So you could play
That's
Hearthstone in
tight.
WoW. Obviously, it
Yo.
wasn't as involved as Hearthstone is, but it was essentially Hearthstone in the game.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
fuck with that heavy.
It's kind of tight.
So like, I feel like, and the sprawling point that I was trying to make, despite the specificity of these two examples, the God, so fucking true. Can I get some synonym and anemones? Holy, oh my god. But the larger point that I want to make here is that like I think about these games that I really really love, and a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are the kind of linear do what you're supposed to do in order games that you're talking
Mhm.
about that also have a side mode where the side mode or modes are literally complete abandonments of the game, even on their core mechanical levels. It's just like a new
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Yeah, that's
And
what I enjoyed
that's
about this.
so sick.
That's what I liked about this new WoW expansion was you started in one zone, and every zone after that was continuing the story you started in the first zone. It was
Yeah.
finally
Yeah.
a comeback to old school feeling WoW, where you had a one story being told throughout the whole thing. It felt
Nice.
really
Yeah.
good. And their tech is so good now where you were actually in stream when I was playing the new expansion, and we transitioned zones and I didn't even know. The,
Yeah, that's
the
tight.
we were on the remember we were on the airship and there was a cutscene that played, and the transition was so smooth out of the cutscene into the ship. I didn't even realize we had gone down further into the earth and we were in a totally different zone. And the
Yeah.
transition was so fucking good. And I
That
was
was when
like,
you stood there for a second waiting for the rest of the cutscene to happen, right?
yeah, I stood there waiting for the rest of the cutscene, but then I was confused. I was like, where are we right now? I'm in a totally different zone. That's so crazy.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it wasn't even like I was on the borderline of the zone. I was further in the zone. And I was like, holy fuck, that's so tight.
Yeah.
And it's so
It's
cool.
really good, man.
And WoW is doing that now, where it's like, hey, we're gonna give you if like just a Final Fantasy house zone, but on crack. And like it's cool because this content that's otherwise useless because you're out leveled it, whatever. Go back and do it, and you can pick up stuff for your house. Either um what would be cool is if they added some assets from the raid. So like usually raids have like a bunch of assets like tables, chairs, whatever. Like just a
Sure.
lot of. It would be cool if you could collect all that. I don't think it's going to be that deep, but you can collect things from bosses or collect a boss's weapon and armor stands and stuff like that. And but in a real Sims like way, move stuff around and change stuff, add rooms, subtract rooms, whatever you want. It's a real deep. It's not just like a surface level system where it's like, okay, here's this half baked shit. It's for real. It's gonna be like a pillar of
That's
the
tight.
game,
That's
and it's
fucking
tight as
tight.
fuck. Yeah,
Yeah, I do like that a lot.
yeah,
I'll tell you what, I wish games I a new point, different point. I
sure.
can tell a game will be tight and the developers probably cared a lot if there are mini games. That's like a big
Yeah,
thing for me where like
sure.
if that happens, I'm like, "Oh, they were just having fun with it, eh?
You know what's
They were having a great time with this one."
you know what's really tight? WoW does this thing every expansion where it's called a secret. A WoW they call it the secrets, and there's a Discord called the WoW Secrets Discord.
That's
And
cool.
there's a group of people that sit around and look for these patterns and shit in the game. And it's not even something you can like data mine and figure out. It's hidden. And so there are these things where you have to do maybe like it takes like I don't know 15 hours, 16 hours to do. It's like a real elaborate sort of thing you have to do. And
Okay.
at the end of this treasure hunt, I'll just call them treasure hunts because that's basically what they are. You get like a really super rare mount or a really super cool whatever.
There's pets like that,
There's
right? That are like
yeah,
secret
there's
pets?
pets like that. Notoriously, there's a belt item called the Waste of Time. Get it? Because it's
Ah,
a belt. It took super long to do, and they called it a waste of time. And it was the belt. It was the waste of time. The belt, and it was the transmog item you could get, and it's super rare. Nothing recolored of it. It's a one for one. It's just really
wow.
cool, but it takes 24 hours to do. It's a very long thing.
Sure.
Sequence of events you have to do, and there are discords that all they do is sit around there and try to figure these puzzles out. Some of
That's
them
tight.
they figure out it real quick. Some of them takes the whole expansion to figure out, and they finally do.
That's fucking
And some
cool.
of them they just randomly find. Some of them they just happen to fall into. Like there was one where it had been in for like years. No one found it or knew
Oh,
about it.
wow.
And they just figured it out. Stuff like that's neat. It makes it feel like a living world. you know?
That's
So
cool.
like there's also, you could just be playing the game and there's this fucking group of like 200, 300 people that are just looking for weird arcane shit and finding puzzles.
That's
You know what I
tight.
mean? So that's why I love MMOs, because you can just be doing so much. So
Yeah,
many
that's good.
weird, unique things.
What a cool concept.
That's if you ever got into WoW, I feel like you would be one of those guys.
Yeah,
You would
right.
be one of the like
I would.
rare hunters or something, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
in the
yeah.
secrets Discord.
Yeah, that's sick. I like
Yeah.
that a lot. It's really sad when games don't do that. I wish Pokemon did that sometimes, because they used to. Like there were a lot.
Like a sure. I notoriously love the what was it? It was like a beauty pageant for Pokemon. I love that one.
Yeah, that was Generation 4, the beauty
Yeah,
contest and the cool
I
contest
fucking
and
loved
stuff.
it.
Yeah,
And the
you'd
little
like do
berry,
certain for the homies that don't know,
yeah,
the mode that Connor's talking about was from Generation 4 Diamond Pearl Platinum on the DS. And you could earn like ribbons by winning these little pageants. And the
yeah,
way you participate in pageants was by using your attacks, but like not in battle. It was like for a panel of judges, and each attack had like a cool aspect or a
yeah,
beauty aspect or a smart aspect or whatever. And it would improve your like appeal rating to the judge panel. And some of the moves had special effects like always goes last or always goes first in the pageant, or especially effective after someone else uses a smart type move or something. And like you would translate that to getting these little ribbon marks on your Pokemon, like the beauty mark or the cool mark, that you could display on their profile individually on the one monster. And those were so sick. And
yeah.
yeah,
Or
Generation 4
like
also had the underground where you could like go on like dig fossils out of the wall or like gems and
yeah.
stuff with like your
I
stylus on the
remember
DS.
the berry bushes. The you could like find berry seeds or berries, and then you could plant them. And I believe, I might be making this up, you could also like splice them together and make new berries out of like two different ones.
I
Maybe
don't
I'm
remember any
crazy.
berry splicing. I do definitely remember the berry growing.
Loved the berry growing. Brother, anything,
Yeah.
brother, brother, I'm telling you, I'm
Huh?
specifically talking to you. If
Oh
they
my god.
fucking audio listeners, I'm pointing at the camera aggressively. If
Oh my goodness.
Pokemon did a player housing, I'm not talking about the camp thing, but if they did like a
But you mean like an
house,
Animal Crossing, but in Pokemon, like a real ass.
an
You have a
Animal
house.
Crossing, but like you fucking beat a gym badge, and then you could like get some of the cool stuff from the gym and like put it in your house, and then the badge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you might
Tight as
remember.
fuck.
You might recall in Pokemon Generation 2 on the Game Boy Color, Gold, Silver, Crystal, you could like earn and buy like special furniture and stuff to put in your room at home and like decorate your
Yeah,
house.
but like something
So I'm saying
better
I
than
wish
that.
they like
Yeah,
they already touched on it.
yeah,
I wish they would
hmm
like, you
yeah.
know, I wish you could. I wish there was. I'll tell you what I've always wanted is
And
like a
hear me out.
Harvest Moon game, but it's like Pokemon.
Yeah,
But
mom
that could
left
just
us the
be
house.
in
Mom doesn't live at the house. Mom's like, hey, I'm off to on a business trip. Here's the house. You know what I
right.
mean? Like grandpa. Like grandpa died. Mom's
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
dying.
yeah. Like
But
Stardew, but
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Fields
yeah,
of
just
Mystery of
like,
Pokemon
hey,
shit.
I'm out. Bye. And then
I
like you could
yeah.
just fill the house and have it be chill. Maybe put your favorite 4 or 8 Pokemon in there or something, and they roam around while you're not
Party
there.
of 6 sounds like a 6
Yeah.
to me.
Or yeah, say, I don't know why I said 8. I just randomly picked 8. But like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And there's so much cool stuff you could do for Pokemon, whether it's you know, fossils. Like they have a fossil mini game that could also
Yeah.
work with the player housing thing, where you have a little fossil room, like fucking Animal Crossing, and then you have
The
a
museum,
badge
yeah.
case or something, or like a badge thing on the wall where every time you get a new badge, like a puzzle piece that just fits into the badge case. I don't know, something. It would be
Cute.
tight. It would be tight. It's cool to
Yeah.
have that thing where you start with a barren room and you fill it with your adventure. That's, to me,
Yes.
people might fucking not give a shit about it. That's fine. But for me, what's really tight about shit like that is you can do an adventure, you can have a grand adventure in Oblivion or Skyrim and shit, but if you don't have something to go back to and look at all the cool things you collected along the way, what the fuck was the adventure for then? You know what I mean? Let me fill
Yeah.
my house with shit. If I
Well,
like You know, Starfield. And people talk shit about Starfield. That's fine. I kind of enjoyed it. The loading screens fucking sucked.
They sure did.
Starfield had a base building system like all fucking Bethesda games have nowadays. But in the game, you could pick up these plushies, these cute, like goofy looking alien plushies.
Yeah, I remember them. I got a bunch of them.
Yeah, you could collect them. And then also, when the mods came out, someone made a plushie mod with a whole bunch of new ones. I love that. I love that shit.
That's tight.
To me, that's a fun collection thing. And they had like, you know, gun case and all this. That's tight too. Armor cases, that's tight too. But I'm saying like that kind of stuff is neat to me. I am the dumbass bitch who collects every sandwich and like throws it in a corner somewhere on my ship, or like a dumb every can in Fallout and I just like throw it somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm that guy. I like collecting stuff on the adventure, or like I would love a mod if I ever play Fallout 4 where I can set up a wall like Tony Stark's armor wall and have all the different armors lined up. That's
I'll tell you
tight.
what I did. I did do that.
Yeah, that's tight. Anytime you have an armor, you know what I used to do in Minecraft when I make a base? There'd be a secret underground base I used a piston button for. You go down and it's a fucking either a I would either do like the Power Ranger wall from Zeo, where it in behind it it's a colored the colored wool, just like it was in Zeo, and I would do like different armors.
Yeah.
I would do like an Iron Man thing where it was just a bunch of different armors and kind of like Iron Man.
Yeah,
that shit's tight.
I don't know if you're familiar. When I was playing Fallout 4 not terribly long ago, I discovered this is a thing. So if you are fighting an enemy in a power armor, right? And you destroy the power cell in their back, or pickpocket the power cell out of their back, they'll get out of it. And you can just get in.
Okay. That's kind of funny.
Yeah. So I would do everything in my power to be as far away as possible. And I'm like sniper. I'm like, I'm about to take out that fucking battery cell, bitch. And I would literally yoink every power armor and walk it home. And I built a barn that was just for those.
That's tight as fuck. I love shit like that. So like in WoW, if I can set up a wall of armors where it's like the raids I've done and like a bunch of mythic armor sets.
Agreed.
And they will have that. They will have armor stands. And I'm just like,
cute.
You fucking give me brother. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna lean into the fucking camera, brother. If you're out there, you're making an RPG, you're making an MMO, you're making a survival game. If you don't have a fucking armor stand in that game and a house system, fuck you, brother. And if an RPG doesn't have a armor stand, brother, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Agreed.
What are we
even
doing,
Minecraft
brother?
has armor stands, dude. Figure it out. You know what I mean?
Figure it the fuck out, dude. I cannot look. I cannot live without an armor stand. And then Minecraft notoriously has the pictures where you can put something in the frame, brother. All the weapons,
all of them, every one of them
are just a weapon wall.
Yeah, that was me in Terraria. Every time you have an item frame like that, you go to Terraria, you usually put up the little weapon frame. I'm telling you, every time I play Terraria, I specifically dedicate time to making a big ass fucking room and enough mannequins and enough item frames for every weapon and every armor.
They're gonna say Ender Dragon's what you want to do. They're gonna say the Wither is what you want to do. They're gonna say go into the fucking Nether. I don't give a fuck about any of that.
None of it. None of it.
Armor stands and the fucking item frames.
Yes.
Give
also,
those to
you
me.
might not know about this because I don't know if you were like fucking around at the time. I just found out recently. Item frames. There's a new item frame in Minecraft. Different one. It's not new, but it's like newer than you might be thinking of. Huh?
And what does it do? What is it for?
It's called a glowing item frame, and you use glow ink on it, and no matter what the light level is, it'll make the item in the item frame look like it's in full light, even in a really dark room. Tight. Sick. So fucking sick. Tight.
Might be playing some Minecraft later.
Love it.
Fuck sleeping.
I agree.
Brother, that's so sick.
Love it.
They're so tight for that.
Well, I
Yo,
don't know if you saw
arm.
the thing I was fucking around with on Minecraft recently. For the
No,
homies who maybe don't know, I
I'm
was
gonna
doing
be
a subathon.
honest.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
what's
be
up?
honest. I was
If you say
telling
you
the
check out when we do it, it's fine.
no. I don't check out when you play Minecraft. That's what was not what I was gonna say. On stream, I was talking about this the other day. I was like, man, Minecraft would be so tight if people didn't rush to do these three things, which is find a village, loot everything in like a million chunk range, and then find all the monster spawners. I was like, that has always been a turnoff for me. Is like, I'm not saying I'm not mad about it. I'm just saying like once Minecraft becomes build the spawner and that's it, I'm fucking checked out. I like what you're doing is cool and everything, and the mechanics behind is cool. I love a redstone. I couldn't give a fuck. Now, if because I know what you're doing something recently where the skeleton drops in, becomes like another thing, dies, then you collect the stuff from it, and then you're building like a sorting thing that sorts everything out.
Yes.
I think the sorting thing is chill. I like that because I love just throwing my inventory in and it fucking going everywhere. Don't know how to do that. Would be tight if I did. I get lost with the monster spawning shit and then people do the XP farm stuff. I fucking despise that
I'll tell you what.
side
You know what's
of
crazy?
Minecraft.
You know what's fun crazy?
Tell
Me
me about
too,
it.
King.
Thank you.
I also don't like that shit. And you know why I
Yeah.
do it? Because I want Depth Strider, Aqua Affinity, Respiration, motherfucking Featherfall. I'm tired of taking fall damage. I'm tired of swimming so shit. I will rush immediately to let me be in the water better and let me not fucking die when
Yeah.
I fall. And like that's the only way to
Yeah.
do that. You know what I mean? I gotta
Well,
enchant
and
shit. I gotta
you
pay
know
for
what's
enchantments. That
tough?
shit ain't free.
You know what's tough about like servers as well? You always have that one guy who will go everywhere and collect
True.
everything.
Yeah, true.
And so like, I'm close to spawn right now and I know if I dig down, there's probably no real resources around for me. That's probably been
No, there's mad shit at
jacked
spawn for sure.
still. Like even if
Yeah.
I'm like trying to find some diamonds or some shit, I'm not gonna have to
Fuck,
like
you'll get stacks, bro.
okay, so maybe
Yeah, you're
back
chill
in the
on that.
day
You're
it
chill on
used
that. You're
to
chill on that.
back in the day it used to not feel very good because things maybe they like up the spawn rates on stuff. But I remember back in the day it was like, man, might as well forget about it. If you have like 6 people playing, you're not gonna get no resources. You know what I mean?
No, you're chill on that. Bet.
Yeah, and I always wish like the boxes respawned, man, because that's the one thing is like if someone gets
like
to
dungeon
something
chests and
soon,
stuff.
yeah, it sucks that like someone can go in somewhere and like okay they like loot it, and I understand why Minecraft works like this. Obviously it couldn't be this way, but like I'm saying, hey, if you open a chest, maybe don't take fucking everything in the chest. Like
Guess what?
I'm not saying anyone on the server is doing it, but every server I've ever played on, it's like, brother, come on. Like
Guess what?
fucking dumb as fuck. Tell me about it.
It is like that now.
Oh, they respawn stuff? Sure. Hmm. Of course, yeah, it never does.
But there's a new thing called a trial chamber. It's like a really big fortress underground, and there's a bunch of spawners, but they only spawn like 5 or 6 guys. And when you kill them, they pop an item out, and you can farm
Oh,
them.
that's kind of tight, actually.
And then one of the things that comes out of it is called a trial key, and there's like treasure boxes in the place
Oh,
that you
interesting.
put the key in to open, and
It's like an instance thing.
right. You can only do it once per trial box per person. You can never do it again.
Well, that's kind of
But there's like 15, 20 of those per room, and you can find a bunch of other trial chambers later and use your built up keys in there. And like, you know what I'm saying? You can
that's
like
kind of tight. I do like that.
Yeah.
I remember when the mermaid stuff came out. We started up a new server and someone found it before me, someone we were playing with. And then like I finally got down there and it was like, well, I guess the content's cool, but like there's no point in me being here because he took everything.
Well, I'll level with you. You didn't miss anything. There's nothing in there.
Oh, that's tight though. But
it just spawns to be like whatever. It spawns to be like a hard thing to fight, but there's nothing.
I see.
Yeah, there's nothing in there anyway. So
I see. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's not true. There's sponges.
Sponges are tight.
Yeah, sponges are the thing that's in there.
I hear.
You drop it and you pick up the water and it goes away and then you can clear out water. But then if you put it in the nether or put it in an oven, it like dries out and you can absorb more water.
Yeah, I'm kind of like anti Minecraft because the stuff I like doing in Minecraft is like the stuff people do in like the farming games. I like just farming stuff. I like building a farm. I like having animals. I like breeding animals. I like killing animals for food. I just want to be a homesteader on Minecraft if I'm being so
True.
for real.
Yeah, shit's tight.
I want a little mid-modern little fucking little flat somewhere, and I just want a bunch of land. I want to procure that land, and I want to have stained glass stables with a bunch of animals in them. And I want to,
Ooh.
yeah, I'm a big fan because in one patch or whatever they added like these bats that attack you at some point, and so
There's
like
bats, but they don't attack though.
yeah, they're like the ones that come out of the sky and fucking dive bomb you and like.
Oh, yeah, that's the punishment we were talking about before when you don't sleep. Those are the anti-sleep guys.
Yeah, they kind of just come out of nowhere, and that's
They're
kind of
called
not
phantoms.
cool. Yeah. So instead of having like an open farm or building underground, I just build like a farm with a bunch of glass. So it's like a glass. It's like a greenhouse.
Snow globe. Yeah, a little
Yeah.
greenhouse action.
Yeah, a little greenhouse. And I usually like to build it like off my main base, so it's like you walk in. I've had a lot of different. I have a base in mind. I usually build this like my thing, and every time I do a new server, I try to like add something new to it because it's like the blueprint in my head, and then I like add mix and match little different things. One
That's
base
tight.
I had, it was one big house, and then it had a bunch of underground. It had a bunch of tunnels, so it was on the side of one of the walls. It had a bunch of just tunnels at different depths going down with ladders.
Yeah,
And they were like a little anthill where it was like one tunnel would go really deep down, that was something else, and one tunnel wouldn't go as down and it would do something. So it was like this nice unsuspecting base, and then like a bunch of secret stuff. Then I had a piston. You press the button, it would open up to a secret room, and you go down there, and it was like the treasure room with like super secret stuff.
Okay,
But it was
that's
all
tight.
like solo player. I'm a big redstone guy. I like
Yeah, I fuck with
you know,
redstone a little bit.
I like fucking with like the secret entrances or the automated stuff. I'm all for like cool stuff like that.
Who was the fucking guy? There's some guy that built like playable Pong in Minecraft with redstone. Holy
Yeah,
shit, that's crazy.
Oh, well, yeah, that. But also there was a mod pack called Tech It where they added like their own language, like programming language, and people
Yeah.
were programming
Yeah,
Pong with
Tekken
it
I
as
know.
well.
But no, I'm
Yeah,
talking
that was
like
pretty
vanilla
tight.
shit. They just built
Yeah.
Pong.
Yeah, someone built a computer, like a
Yeah, right. Yeah.
computer, but yeah,
Yeah,
with like
That
64
crazy.
bits of RAM or something. It's kind of insane.
it's actually crazy.
Yeah. I wish I
Homies
was
really
smart
be
like
doing
that.
anything. I fuck with a little bit
Anything
of
and
redstone,
everything.
but not like that.
Did you see the recreation of New York, like 1-for-1 scale
No,
in
but that's
Minecraft?
tight.
Mm.
I like that.
Yeah, they have like a map that's like I think they said they're like 80%, like 60 or 80% done, and it's been like a work in progress for years and years.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you
Minecraft
what,
is insane.
Minecraft is such an interesting thing for me because I'm such a like solo player. You know what I mean? I'm always like, I'm doing me, I'm building my stuff, I'm chilling.
You
Even
know
on
what
like
I
a
like?
server, typically I'm like, I'm just gonna find a little hole and do my thing.
Yeah, I am that way too in Minecraft. What I like is having a central. So I'm kind of a fucking loser. I like having a cool spawn, and then I like doing a subway station, and that subway station goes to all the
No, that's
different
tight.
bases of
Yeah, I
people
fuck with
playing.
that.
Now, depending on how far people build, then you need to bring people together to like get it built or whatever, because there's so many blocks and you go through so much resources or whatever. But I remember. I don't know if you remember this, but I used to do Christmas servers, like
Yeah.
like annual, like hey, I'm throwing up the Christmas Minecraft server, and sit in Zenboy built I think like 5 million chunks away, and we
Yeah.
built a subway station from 5 million chunks away, and I think it took us a week and a half to 2 weeks
That's a
without
lot.
cheating. This isn't cheating. This is like
Like you went to X 5 million.
They built at X5 million, and we were
I don't
doing
even know
the
what up
thing.
that high.
It was insane. It was like I had it running on a Pi, and I had to transfer it to my PC. because it was using so much RAM, and they built so far away. And it might not have been 5 million. It's probably like 2 or 3 million, but still a lot of of
I didn't
millions.
know what that high either. I
Yeah,
thought it stopped at like 100,000. That's crazy.
it starts decaying the farther you go out. The game starts being
What do you
wonky
mean
at that.
decaying?
So the game can't. The game is procedurally generated, but Minecraft can only generate so much, and then it starts like getting wonky and things get kind of goofy. And then that's where I don't remember if you know the lore on this, but there used to be the other lands, or like the outlands or whatever back in the day, where the game would completely break and there would be chunks that just wouldn't load, and it would just be a drop to nothing, or it would start loading in like half of the zone, a biome here, and it's like literally just in the same chunk, different biomes. It would like
What
shit
the fuck?
itself. Yeah, yeah, it's like back in the day.
That's so
If you like
interesting.
went too far, it would like start. I think there's some principle behind it,
I
some
wonder how far you have to
mathematical.
go to get to that.
You have to go far, I imagine. But they didn't get to that point yet. But like it took us like a week and a half to build the fucking train station or whatever. But it was sick. It was like a public works project where like none of us were cheating. We were making all the tools. We used so much resources to do all this. Like thousands of track. Like thousands of track.
Yeah.
Like insane. We had 4 people building at any given time, and like 3 of us were like getting resources to then make more track for the people. It was insane.
Sure.
It was fun.
Kind of love that.
I like doing that stuff. So like obviously with people not building like 4 million away, but when it's doable and you have like one central station and everything goes to like its own thing, I like that.
Yeah,
kind of
that is
stuff.
cute. I like that.
Yeah.
That is cute. Fuck, I'm trying to play some Minecraft. Maybe not right this second, but like, ooh, soon.
Like I want to play, I just don't know where to. I always have this issue of like not knowing where to build. Like I'm very
True.
specific. I like a nice flat area. I
Same.
want something that's like flat and easy to build on, and I want the house doesn't have to be like all showing. It's tight to either build on a mountaintop cliffside,
Yep. Love that.
or build on like a flat plains next to like an ocean, so you can have like a little dock and then just like a bunch of different farms set up, and then like
Sure.
an animal place. I like just like down to earth building. I don't like to do all the crazy fancy fucking. I'm not gonna build like, you know, a mansion. I have been known to build a castle though. I did. You know what I like to do?
Well, a castle's diff.
You remember? Well, I don't know if you remember, but well, no, you don't remember because you didn't play with us. But I would build a castle, and I'd have the walls, and then, you know, like castle entrances, it would be a
Yeah.
piston entrance. So like it would be a wall, and then it would be built in, so it'd have like an inseam of 2 for the wall door, the castle door, and then another outside wall, and then the pistons would come together and it would close up, and it would be like the battle mode, like everything's like closed up.
True. That's
Yeah.
tight. That's tight.
I fucking love stuff like that.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
You know, I saw a 3x3 door one time, and I didn't know how that worked. Because how do you get that middle block? Piston can't touch it. It's in the middle of a bunch of blocks attached. But how do you get that? How the fuck do you get to that middle block? Drove me insane.
Maybe there's a block there's a piston that comes down from the top, and then some that moves it in. I don't know either. It has to be a sticky piston either way, because the block has to move and then come back, or else it's just gonna be stuck there.
Well, so yeah, something's got to put it back in the middle.
I mean, you can do a piston door 3 deep. You just have to have the room behind the door to do all the redstone. I don't know if you can still do this, but there's a way that redstone could transfer up from the redstone like you were making below it or whatever. So you could do a situation where you had like a repeater or something at the bottom, and that would like make something happen above it. So then you could like,
Yeah.
So like you could have a 3 deep situation like that where you have like,
Well, I mean, it was not like 3 deep, but like
3 on top of each other.
the door if you're looking at it,
Mhm.
was 9 blocks in a square, like a
Oh, I
three
don't
by
know.
three
I don't know, but
door.
that's arcane knowledge that I don't know
And
anything
I can
about.
imagine that the top and bottom ones do like one of these, right? I get that. And then these two kind of do one of these.
Uh-huh.
I get that.
Sure.
But the fucking middle block.
Maybe it
I
just the middle block
don't
doesn't
know.
do anything. Maybe it's
No,
like an
it opened.
illusion. Oh, I
It
don't
should
know.
have opened. I'm sure there's a tutorial for it, but like,
Unless there is a top piston somewhere that's not a sticky piston that's like pushing it down and it like goes flat. I don't know.
that's crazy.
It is quite insane. I don't know the mechanics behind it.
It was very fucking cool. I did love that shit. And I wish more. Oh, are you doing the same thing?
Are you beating me to it?
Maybe.
I'll let you do it, Unc.
Boop.
Thank you.
Yeah, no sweat. Audio listeners, we were gonna race to shout someone out.
Yeah, no,
Talk,
I
talk.
do enjoy the fact Minecraft allows all of those things to happen. It's cool. It just gets really samey and boring to me. I also don't like the idea of like I've restarted servers so many times that I don't like losing stuff. I don't like I want to build on top of what I've already built, and having so many
Yeah,
different servers, over time you just lose everything. And I
yeah.
don't like restarting. I'm not a restarting kind of guy. I'm not a fan of that.
I've always been kind of a restarter, but I've been a restarter of like, you know what I'll do? I'll get like partway through a game and be like, I could do that better. I'll just
Oh,
start.
sure, man.
I'll get partway through again. I'm like, I could have done that better. I'll just keep doing that, and I'll never see the end of the game.
Well, the good thing about Minecraft is you can add on to things and tear things down really easily, really quickly if you need to.
Yeah. You want to kind of
And
want to
that's
do a little
fun.
bit?
Hmm.
Kind of want to get enough blocks so I can do like pixel art type shit in Minecraft. I want to do like a really big Raichu.
Oh, yeah.
Be kind of cute.
Yeah, I know you like pixel art. I'm not really a big pixel art guy, but I do like the colored blocks. I do. If I do a house, I did one where it was like each room was a different color, just
Cute.
like the floor. I like doing little floor
Cute.
vibe.
Cute. Love that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably give it a chance a little later. I just need to find somewhere that's fun to build on that people haven't already taken.
Sure. And then inevitably someone will be like, that's where Connor is? I can't wait. They just go right to it.
Yeah.
It does go like that sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm more of a leave me alone builder. Like I just stay away from me.
Yeah. Yeah. Vegetation, cool. Building on the property, not.
Yeah, visitation sometimes. Even like if the door's closed, don't come in type vibe.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Just leave me alone.
You're trying to
'Cause, like,
hide that door behind some shit, impenetrable ass.
Well, Minecraft for me has always been throw some YouTube on in the back and just vibe out. Or like talking with friends or whatever, doing something. Like I like doing stuff together in Minecraft too, but
Sure.
it's more of a build together alone for me thing.
Yeah. Sure.
It's more of
sure.
a alone time, but also with the homies.
Yeah, there's
If
something to be
that
said about a build
works
together
out.
alone. We fuck with that.
Yeah, or like I enjoy a good like everyone gets their own side of town and everyone kind of builds something that kind of is cool together, you know?
Oh
You
yeah.
have like a little, because I've been a part of stuff where like you build out spawn and spawn is like a nice building, and then you build out roads, kind of like spawn's like a square or whatever, and then you build out roads in a plus, and then everyone can kind of build stuff on within the roads, like
Right.
connected to the roads.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Everyone takes their little plots or whatever they want, and they can kind of build on, and
Kind
then
of
people like
cute.
branch out on different. That would be
Kinda
cool
cute.
to do. I don't know. Maybe I'll bring back the Christmas build at some point.
That'd
But
be cute.
Jacob's gonna have a server at some point, and then you have your server. So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a economy where we need a Sea Dog server at this point.
Doc has one too.
Yeah, I don't think we need a Sea Dog server at any time.
That's so many servers.
I can spin one up anytime, but I just
But yours is in the
laziness.
realm. Yours is like a private server, right? Different.
Yeah, private
Like
server. you
connect
just-
with the IP. So you could have
Uh,
mods and stuff and do all this.
Yeah, I would do like I was talking about, like a bucket server where we could like, I don't have to worry about night and day. I don't have to do any of that shit. Yeah, IP, but DNS. So I have I think Sea Dog's homies at like something.net, and that's like a DNS for all the servers.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I kind of love that.
kind of like a free thing, and then just a password, and that's it. Or we could do whitelist. Doesn't really matter.
Well, sure.
Whatever keeps the Russians out, because Russians
My
will just kind of
God.
like get into the servers and stuff. It's like notorious for that.
Jesus.
That's not even I'm
No,
not
I
even
know.
joking.
I'm aware.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I know.
yeah. I logged into one of my servers once, and there's just a bunch of people talking Russian. I'm like, who are you guys? How did you
That's
guys get
so
in here?
funny. They just invaded. They're like, we're in here
And I
now.
realized I didn't have a password set up. I didn't realize. I just thought it was like auto
Oh.
saving my password, and like I was logging in fast. Didn't have a password set up, so there's just a bunch of Russians moved in. They just because there's a
So-
website. I don't know if you know. There's like a website that like pools all the active IPs for
Yeah.
Minecraft servers. So
Yeah.
the Russian guys will just like pick a server that doesn't have a fucking password and just play on it.
Yeah.
I don't think they
Yeah.
do anything nefarious, but there are people who do that. Like they just try to get a bunch of TNT and blow stuff up in grief. That is garbage.
Yeah, man, griefing is tough, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, man, I remember when we were playing Tekkit one year, like a long time ago, like we were in high school. And we had someone's friend playing with us, and they did some automation where his chest filled up, and because the chest was filled up, it was spitting items out around the chest. Because I don't remember if like Tekkit had pipes or whatever
Yeah.
that would move items
Yeah, I
around.
remember that. I remember that.
And it would crash the server because the items would just stack up so much, and it was so many items in one chunk. It just crashed the server, and we couldn't do anything except like revert back to when he didn't build the thing.
That's funny.
So stuff like that's not fun to deal with, but very few and far between.
I'll tell you what,
Skeleton
I just
spawners can
built
also do
pipes.
that sometimes.
I just built pipes in
Brother,
the realm.
I had a fascination. There's no pipes in regular Minecraft. Is there oil in regular Minecraft?
No, it's like an impromptu pipe, not a pipe.
Impromptu pipe?
Fake pipe.
What does that even mean?
I'll show you later.
Well, anyway, Tekkit had oil and stuff, and I had a fascination with doing a pipeline, like an oil pipeline, being the oil guy. I had a fascination with that. Love that shit.
It's kind of good.
You're talking about a hopper, because a hopper isn't a pipe.
No,
A pipe is a pipe.
I know.
Okay.
I mean a pipe.
Okay. Tight.
I mean like 4 different bends going like straight up, straight down again. Yeah, pipe.
That's tight. Did you ever figure out that thing you were working on? You just the skeleton
Yeah.
thing just didn't work
I
out?
think it's good.
Oh, did you do the overflow?
It's missing some hoppers, hilariously. Funny you should bring up hoppers. Gotta get a couple more
That's funny.
hoppers. But
That's tight.
almost.
That's tight. Can you do so? Is that spawner specific? Like, if I wanted to be that guy, I can just
I
build
put it next to a spawner because the spawner is where all the items I want to filter are. But you could build it anywhere. Yeah, just like yeah. And then I had to build a pipe because I wanted the spawner and the thing to be like at a different kind of angle from each other a little bit. You know what I mean? But I wanted them to be in the same room, not like the down below a fucking basement type shit.
So how does the hopper? How do the items get collected? Because I don't know. I'm a little I'm out of date with my
Sure. Well, maybe
my auto tech.
This became the Minecraft podcast for real. But like,
for real,
so the bit more like the fucking squares. So like,
the bit, what's famously a square.
Fuck, you're so right. Oh my god, true. So like, yeah. So check this out. So so there's a spawner, the spawn box, right? And you hollow out a room around it.
Yeah.
Well,
I know.
And you put the water.
That, but how's the?
Well, but check this out. So it pushes all the enemies to one side.
Yeah.
And they go into a water tube, and that water tube, kind of a pipe, goes like it's like a water elevator. That like shoots them up, and then they go to the side, and then they fall down, right? And where they fall down is where you kill them. But but that's like on a thing that's got a hopper under it. And for the homies that don't know, a hopper is like this little collection vessel. It like automatically sucks in like a vacuum, and then spits out the other side into like like chests and stuff that can hold items. So there's a dropper down there, right? It's
You
a
need a
thing called a
hopper and a
dropper.
dropper.
Yeah,
I
and the thing called
see.
a right, and the thing called a dropper is set up on the back, so it has two observers and a piston and a comparator. So whenever there's items in the dropper, it extends a piston that pushes two observers next to each other, so they keep observing back and forth. And then the perpetual pop 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 of that going off like spits out all the items one at a time, but spitting them into water, like flowing water. And the flowing water is on an ice block that goes into another bubble elevator, and that bubble elevator takes them up, and then it hits another flowing water that takes them over, and then like down a thing and down and past another corner, and then it spits those items in this weird like kind of zigzaggy lightning L, like a like it's like straight up, right, down, left, straight again, and then that goes into another hopper, and then the hopper is connected to like a big line of hoppers, and that line of hoppers is on top of another line of hoppers, where that line of hoppers that is underneath the first line is 99% filled up preemptively with uh, a stack of bone meal, but the bone meal has been renamed at an anvil to be called some other thing, so it won't stack with more bone meals. You know what I mean? And then there's comparators that make it so the hoppers won't deposit items until the items are greater than 45. So there's 44 of the named item, and then one of the item you actually want the sorter to like pick up. So there's like one bone in there. And then anytime that first hopper has items in it, it pushes it down to the second line. Anytime that second line has a bone in it, it'll push the bone down, but anything else gets pushed down the line further. So there's like bone, bone, arrow, arrow, arrow of weak slowness, arrow of slowness. So as these items are going through, like the bows and the armor, they're getting like pushed all the way down the line because they can't get filtered. But then anytime a bone hits one of those first two hoppers, boop, down into the bone chest. And anytime an arrow hits the next two, boop, down into the arrow chest. Anytime that, you know what I mean? So like the feeding system is those like weird elbow pipes of fake water tubes and like bubble elevators that are like on that dropper impulse clock from the collection chamber, but if you didn't have that, you could just have like a chest on top of that first hopper, and you just like put your items in there, and it would fill whatever, you know, like iron and gold or whatever it is. So you could filter pretty much anything through it. I just happen to be filtering through by manually, by automatically giving it the input from the spawner kill chamber. Yeah. Audio listeners, Connor has fallen into a coma because what I'm saying is insane. You
So what
asked.
you're saying
You
is I
asked.
can't build a house and have it sort stuff in the house. Got it.
No, you exactly can do that.
Yeah, but it seems like you need a lot of room to do that. Like you can't just have a nice house and
You would need 6 blocks deep and 5 blocks high, and then 1 block in width per set of chests for the items you want to sort for.
yeah, that's way too much.
So if it's like 40 items, then you would need 6 by 5 by 40. If it's like 8 items, you need 6 by 5 by 8.
6 by
You know what I'm
5
saying?
by 40.
Well, if you're sorting for 40 items, but like who the fuck's sorting for 40 items, yeah?
It would be well. I want a way that I can just dump my fucking inventory somewhere and it sorts it out, so I don't have to deal with it.
I guess if you were gonna filter like for like literally every item in the game, it's like 400 items. It's like 6 by 5 by 400 would be insane. But
Not like 400. Like I'm not gonna put coal in one chest and something in another chest, but like I like my minerals in one chest. I like my fucking, you know.
well, I don't know if you could multi.
Yeah, so it just wouldn't
Oh,
do
I
what I
guess you
wanted it to
could.
do. That's fine. I don't know. I see. This is, Minecraft's so cool sometimes, but then it's like, so like, hear me out, right? I think Minecraft's tight. Minecraft's great, but I don't want to have to do all that to do what I want. You know what I mean? I just like
Yeah, there's a
it'll
lot of
be
steps.
tight. It would be tight if it just had a fucking sorter and conveyor belt system where like I could just send shit to shit.
Yeah, it is a
Because
lot of
we already
steps.
have a hopper and a sorter and all this other bullshit. Can't we just make it a little like user friendly? Does like I get it. We're like trying to make the kids feel like they have a thing to do, like a little treadmill. But like, can we get the version where it's just like we just do it? I don't have to. What I'm trying to say is I don't want to have to watch a YouTube video on how to fucking build a
I definitely
400
did
by
watch it. I
700
definitely did
17.
watch it. Yes, I did watch a tutorial.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at, but that's fine. I don't have to sort. I don't have to auto sort stuff. I can make a
Yeah,
chest room like everyone else, all the normies.
not me, baby. I'm sorting.
But yeah, it sucks.
Oh my god. But it's
I mean,
cute
it doesn't
though.
suck, but like
But it's cute though.
it'll be tight. It'll be tight.
It's cute though.
Yeah, I just like what would be tight is to have a bunch of chests in which I like have a sister chest where I throw everything in, and then that sister chest goes beep boop beep boop boop, and
Yeah,
divvies it to
that's
the
what I
mother
built.
chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you built it in a way that's like I need a PhD in redstone and pistons to be
No,
able to
it's
do.
no. It's so easy. There's no
Yeah,
pistons.
but what I'm saying is like there's a lot like I want to be able to go like, hey, look at this. It's kind of tight that like my minerals can like filter into one chest, and then like all my wood can filter into
Yeah.
another chest.
Yeah.
Then like saplings can just be sent to the incinerator because fuck saplings, and then
Yeah, it can do that. Yeah.
but that's a lot of work. It feels like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't do
It's a lot of work. Yeah.
just a normal chest room sounds tight.
That's really funny.
Well, surely this has to be built underground. This has to be like an underground situation.
No, you can build it wherever you want.
Well, I don't want to. I like to build in a way that's not like fucking ugly, you know? Like, so I don't.
You could hide it for sure.
Sure, 40 deep is kind of impossible to hide.
Long room.
Yeah, but then you're gonna have a long room in the overworld, looking long and crazy and goofy.
Not if you build against a wall.
Maybe.
Like build it into a cliffside type shit.
Oh, maybe. But then the house would have to. I don't know. Whatever. A chest room's fine. I like to keep it simple. You know? I'm a simplistic guy. I'm a wholesome, simplistic guy.
You know, I keep it simple too. I also keep it simple. I just like some marshmallows and pepperoni. And I'm just a simple little marshmallow and pepperoni guy. I meant to make pizza sauce this week and I forgot. I'm so upset.
When the man who makes a spreadsheet for everything says he likes to keep it simple.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Spreadsheets are simple. And organized.
But you spreadsheet for everything.
That's not true. I only spreadsheet most things.
Yeah. I only spreadsheet most things, he says.
Listen, it's like I've always said. The numbers go in the head sheets, and then you got to put them in the spreadsheets, baby.
And then at night you go into the bed sheets, baby.
Hell yeah, baby. Life is sheets, my guy. And by the way, fuck sheets on beds. Fuck a top sheet. I just want fitted sheets and a blanket because I'm a man.
I think that's not the case. I don't think we hate bed sheets.
I like fitted sheets and I like a blanket.
Yeah, but if it's cold outside,
then have a second blanket, king.
Or just have a comforter. I don't know.
Well, I guess so, yeah. But you know who's never said like, yo, I'm so warm and toasty right now? Someone who added a sheet. That ain't doing it.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Hell
However,
yeah, dude.
Mr. Beau. Mr.
What's up, guy?
Beau.
What's up, King? What can I do for you, Connor?
I don't know if we were...
Oh my god. Oh no.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I was dying.
I don't
know if we were getting ready for a certain kind of thing we do at every single episode, that little thing at the end.
I think we're kind of getting into that, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're kind of pushing into the end here. But Beau, how are we gonna end it?
Brother, how are we gonna end anything? You know what I mean? Ain't nobody knows I did anything, bro.
You know what they always say.
What do they say, my guy?
You know what they always say.
Heyo.
Roses are red. The only thing that quacks is a duck. I never gave a damn, and I sure don't give a fuck.